What in the world is going on? Oh, there we go. Okay. I think we are good now. I don't know if anyone can confirm that for me.
I can check for you.
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh God, but none of the stuff updated. Oh my God.
Oh boy.
Perfect timing. Everyone was probably like, dude, what the frick just happened?
They'll come back.
Oh yeah, they'll come back. They always show back up.
Larkin was on NHL Network this morning.
Really?
Doing what?
I don't know. NHL Network 4 hours ago posted an interview with Larkin, 20 minutes.
Huh. Pagnota 6 minutes ago says, sounds like the Hurricanes are working on a move for a bottom six forward. That's the only new news we've got.
Sorry about that, everyone. No idea what happened there. Yeah, YouTube just decided to say bye to us. That was so strange. Oh my God. I didn't play any like policy violated videos this time. Okay. It wasn't my fault, but you guys
Did you do that earlier? Did I miss something?
Yeah, I did that earlier this morning. I showed the video of David Perron scoring and YouTube did not like that. There was no sound or anything. I was like, what the
heck? Oh, this is great. Somebody on Twitter put the video of Corey Perry doing the walk of shame at the Winter Classic up and said Corey Perry after getting traded back to Tampa Bay.
Oh.
I love Twitter.
Man. All right. I think we are good to go.
Leafs finalizing a trade involving Bobby McMahon.
Per who?
All right.
Per Pagnota. He's going to the Western Conference, according to somebody else. That's all I got so far.
This video has been removed by what?
Oh no.
Dude, it said it got removed by the uploader.
What'd you do?
It's Carlo. He's jeopardizing the stream because his daughter's sick.
Seems like a Carlo thing.
The whole thing got deleted. That is crazy.
That's really crappy.
Yeah. Wow. How does that even happen?
YouTube just hates you today.
Carlo in the group message. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I had to give you a little shade because you're not here, but you're not here for a very valid reason.
I am so confused on how.
Oh, anything else? Well, Zach figures that out over there. Let's see here. Who would you trade for Nemec, Travis? That's a question in the chat.
Yeah, take over for me, boys. 1 second.
We got you.
He's Jersey, right? New Jersey? Simon Nemec?
I believe so. I don't know. You're our NHL guy on our show, so
he's a right shot. Like, Simon Nemec. He was a high pick, like real high, if I'm not mistaken.
He was
6'1". He's got some length. I can tell you, they'd probably ask for ASP. Like, that's the type
they can ask all they want.
Like, that's the type of deal you'd probably have to part with. Like, he's got a few years experience. Like, I think that's the kind of player that they would ask for as an ASP myself. Like,
yeah, and I don't think that helps or hurt Like it doesn't help this. I think it hurts you more.
I don't know. He's still young. Like,
That's true. What, he's 22?
yeah, he's 22 years old. Change of scenery might do him good. I don't know if that's
It's a gamble, and Steve doesn't gamble very much. So I think Steve likes sure things.
I don't know, man. He's done reclamation projects before. You look at
That's
some of
true.
the former first round picks that he's acquired over the years. Like, I wouldn't say that that's out of the realm of possibility, but like New Jersey's going to want a roster player back. Like, and the only one that kind of fits the mold of a right shot D man that's got value is ASP. Like, I don't know if that's kind of what I don't know if that's the avenue you want to pursue myself. Not saying that it's a bad idea. I just don't think that's quite the area you go in myself.
Yeah. I refreshed Twitter. The first post I saw was Connor Bedard's an orphan now.
Oh my God. You know, oh, it sounds like it's Colorado going after McMahon.
Oh boy.
Colorado loading up if they can get that done.
What are they going to have to pay for that? This will kind of give us an idea of what Toronto's at least looking for in returns right now.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. That's for sure.
I mean, a team in shambles. What do they want back? Yeah, it seems like it's a done deal. We just don't know what a return is. Yeah. McMahon to the Avs. That team is just loaded.
It's a really good hockey team.
It's a really good hockey team.
And they're getting better.
I hate it.
Oh no, Edmonton, Janmark out for the year.
Oh. And just the dark cloud over Edmonton continues to grow.
Oh boy, like you're almost an hour out. You know, it's like, where do we go?
Did I miss this earlier when you guys were talking about this earlier? But
What's that?
Pagnotta was talking Calgary and Montreal are talking for Kadri trade.
That's interesting.
I'm told the return might include Patrick Laine.
Dollars in, dollars out. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. That's a guy that I would just love to see in Detroit, and I don't know why.
Who, Laine?
Yeah, like, but he's a UFA, and the price to get him, like, do you really want to help out Montreal? Like, probably not.
No.
Watch it come out. The deal's 1-for-1 if that goes through. Laine for Kadri.
Oh. It makes Montreal really interesting. I'll say that. Nothing else is going on. This is a really slow lead up to probably the chaos, right? Let's hope.
Hints activated off IR for Dallas.
That's new.
Well, I'm a little sad.
I would be too. That is unfortunate.
Yeah. I can't find it. Says we deleted it. The publisher deleted the live stream. It's in Riverside, but it's nowhere on YouTube.
Are you publishing through Riverside to YouTube?
Yeah, this is all going through Riverside into YouTube.
I wonder if Riverside did you dirty, not YouTube. I wonder if that was your publisher and that somehow deleted it. I don't know. I'm not IT.
Gonna have to find out.
Yeah. That sucks. Well, you haven't missed much while you were solving all that. I don't know if you could still hear us or not.
Yeah, I was still sitting right here. I was just trying to figure it out. I was like, okay, it's in Riverside. So it's like, okay. But I click on the link, the old link. So now I got to put out this new link for everyone to come and watch us. That maybe can't find us now. But yeah, you click on the old link and it says, yeah, this video has been deleted by the publisher.
Huh.
Very strange. Oh, well. We're still having a good time. We just need Iserman to do something. We got, what, an hour and 8 minutes left? Yeah, it feels like time is slowly going by now. Where, like, this morning, it was
dragging.
Yeah, it really is. Like, the anticipation of, is Steve actually going to do something? Is he going to do something? Leave it down in the comments. Come on, lay it down on us, chatters. Chat them up. Let us know. Guitar News says, my dog's loving this. He gets an extra long evening walk. Hell yeah. Yeah, there you walk that dog. My dogs deserve a walk too, unfortunately. They're probably like, my dad's just sitting at the computer. It's trade deadline day, though. I deserve this, right? It's our day. It's our day to have fun. This is painful, LOL, says STH Stylus? Stylus.
So here's a question to talk about something, I guess. How long until the Blackhawks name Bedard captain?
It's next season. That's got to be, right?
Yeah, I think they just ride it out for this year.
Yeah, just roll him out there next game. Slap the C on it. Call it good.
Just big announcement at the next game. Try to draw tickets. And he comes out with
yeah, right? They got to do something. This is yeah. I just want to know what the McMahon return's going to be. I need to see that get shared.
Well, they wanted allegedly a first, a second, and a prospect for OEL. So
that's what I'm curious to see if the desperation time is setting in a little bit in Toronto. Maybe they're asking for less suddenly. Who knows? I mean, if there's a team in desperation mode, it's them. So.
I mean, what is Chicago's like avenue? Because didn't they just trade away one of their defensemen and then they gave up, or they took in a pick, right? From
I believe
Edmonton?
they took.
How did that all work?
Where I just had it pulled up. Where did it go?
Wasn't it Edmonton, right?
Yeah, McMahon. Or not McMahon, Murphy.
On the topic of McMahon.
Somebody asked what's the name, like the guy most linked to Detroit. It sounds like Trocheck. Like that, I haven't seen like any big names come out like insiders and say, "Oh, it's Robert Thomas." I think it's more Trocheck than anybody.
Is St. Louis just not going to trade Thomas?
I don't. They don't have to. That's the thing. Like unless somebody knocks their socks off, they don't have to do it.
Right.
To me, I don't know why they want to blow it up. Like they've got some pieces to build around. They just need some tweaks here and there. And I think
they're still mid. They're still mid.
They are, but like
they've been mid for the past 4 years, 3 years, whatever.
I mean, if you're gonna trade Thomas, you should be trading everybody. Kyrou, go full tank. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. There's still an hour and 5 minutes.
I actually don't believe, personally to me, deep down, I don't think that they actually want to blow it up. And I think it's just the media blowing it way out of proportion.
Probably.
I don't know, man. If they're trying to trade
Parayko.
Yeah, I think there's some legitimacy to them wanting to move some of these guys and get some picks and prospects and pieces. It's just a matter of how far do you want to go? And
right.
Are you willing to? Is anybody willing to give up what they want? Or are they willing to come down a little bit? Like, I really love the Minnesota Foligno deal. Get the brothers together. I don't know. I really think that's cool.
I just want something to happen.
I got a feeling. Ooh, ooh.
Hawks and Rangers working on a Derek Pouliot trade, according to Pagnota, as of 2 minutes ago. Nick Delorier to Carolina, according to Friedman, 2 minutes ago. So that's interesting. There's your bottom six guy that they were looking for.
I'm surprised they weren't in on Halla.
Yeah, Delorier adds some more sandpaper to them, though.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does.
That's a guy
they might not be done either.
Want to scrap with. I don't think they're done.
They might not be done. I mean, that's a guy that's played 24 games and has 1 point. So,
yeah, how many penalty minutes?
a lot.
Yeah, exactly. That's your sandpaper in the playoffs right there.
Only 33.
Oh, I thought he would have way more than that.
I mean, this isn't 22-23 when he had 136.
Everyone remembers that year. No other. Nothing else yet. I'm just watching because the NFL is also going crazy today too, and the Lions are just falling apart all of a sudden. So this is great. This is fun. Having a good time.
People starting to retweet the year they they traded for Zidlitsky and Cole from Dallas. I love it. Bring all the chaos into Red Wings Twitter. Oh.
The people who are dedicated enough to go back and find those old trade posts just to troll. That's true dedication to your craft of trolling.
Someone's got to do the hard work.
Kyle Bukauskas brewing his own coffee on trade deadline day on live TV is amazing because there's nothing going on. Like,
I mean, there really is nothing going on.
Elliot's on the computer. This happened a couple hours ago, but still, and Kyle's brewing coffee. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the most exciting trade news in the last 20 minutes is the Bobby McMahon trade, the Rangers and the Hawks potentially working on a Derek Pouliot trade, and Delorier to the Hurricanes.
Everybody's tweeting, "Come on, do something."
Yeah. You got a chatter here with if we stand pat, I'd like to see MBN to be called up at the very least. I agree 100%. I think if you're not going to do anything, you do that at least.
One more hour, fellas. One more hour.
1 more hours, ladies and gentlemen. 1 more hour to go. Will the Detroit Red Wings trade for Robert Thomas, EP40, Justin Faulk, Ristolainen, Parayko, Dougie Hamilton, Nazem Kadri, Vincent Trocheck? There are still names out there.
There's a lot of names out there.
There really is a lot of names out there still.
The last
Ryan
hour
O'Reilly.
could get interesting. The return on the Delorier trade is a late round conditional pick, according to Saravalli. So
a 7th becomes a 6th if he gets in 4 fights.
Yeah, Nick Delorier to Carolina for futures. Would you guys rather have Ryan O'Reilly or Vincent Trocheck?
Trocheck. Right shot.
yeah, that right shot's got some value there.
Vaf says someone needs to do a song and dance to entertain us for the last hour.
Travis, you're up.
What do I got to do? I'm sorry.
Song
Nick
and
texted-
song and dance.
Oh God, that's something nobody wants to hear nor see.
My theory is that if they don't swing for the fences now, it's because there's a legitimate belief in the ability to go out and get Jason Robertson in the offseason. Emperor
that.
GG's. Emperor GG's.
Bigger needs down the middle. You can always find wingers. First line centers don't become available.
Friedman said that people around the league are very angry about trades involving players with no trade clauses being leaked before they waive.
Gee, maybe stop giving so many out and we'd have more trades. Oh my God, that's hysterical.
I'm just watching this Pouliot trade closely because this could impact the Griffins.
Rockford?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't love it if that's how this is going to go.
I'm still waiting for the Yzerman deal to help out GR.
So what time do NHL teams have to send down players?
3:00 today. They have to be on the AHL roster by 3 p.m.
So we're not going to get that update until 3:02.
Probably. And then don't forget, you have tune in next week on our live stream for the AHL trade deadline for earth-shattering news, because that is actually on March 13th. You can still make trades within the AHL.
I think that's when ours is down here.
I believe so. Flyers claimed Glendening. Lars says we missed out. Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
right.
Wait, did what's his face get claimed? Oh, it's Jake.
Whoa, what's up?
Yo,
Dude.
I think
Small
Jake's
world.
one of the
Hey.
guys out here retweeting trades from 10 years ago.
Yeah. I just found that Eric Cole one and I was laughing out loud at it. I remember those days when like we all thought like, okay, I guess maybe this will help. And it was just those Ken Holland denial years were something special.
Yeah, like the years they, signed Franz Nielsen and Vanek, and yeah, it was great. When the rebuild should have started, we're trying to make it with bottom 6 signings that are going to play second line minutes.
I hope you guys like 36-year-old Daniel Alfredson. Get ready to lock that one in. I guess in a way we just got our own 36-year-old guy. Well, I guess he's 37 now. David Perron.
That's a vibes move.
I love it.
So
People
I don't know if
can
you
hate
guys
it all
read
they
the clause in the contract at all, but if he doesn't play a single game, the Sens don't actually give him a pick at all. So you essentially get like a locker room guy for free if Perron never plays a game.
Well, a prorated salary of whatever he's making this year.
Yeah,
You're
Well,
paying
yeah.
him for the vibes behind the scenes.
he's basically
Worth
a pseudo coach. And I mean, Larkin's talked about how much he loves him and like how everybody keeps calling him like a leader. So hashtag leadership for the price of nothing. It's not too bad.
All right. So Glendening went to Philly in that waiver claim. Curtis Douglas went to Vancouver, and Florida claims Cole Reinhardt.
So Holtz-Gill is unclaimed.
You didn't post that the others have cleared yet. I think we're still waiting.
There's an AHL trade that just happened too. Derek Pouliot.
Did it go
is-
through?
Looks like we're still waiting on that one.
Brandon's been obsessing.
one's a
over
concern
that
of
for
ours.
for the Rockford part of this for our show.
That's a good piece for Rockford to get if they somehow squeak back into the picture here. They would need a Milwaukee collapse to squeak back in, but
Oh, Timothy Liljegren went to Washington.
Yeah, they would really need a Milwaukee collapse. Oh God. 9-point separation. Milwaukee's got 2 games on hand. Or in hand. Oops. Who else was claimed? Tell us.
Jake, who do you want here? Like, who's the guy for you?
Who's your dark horse, Jake? Come on, lay it down. Who's your dark horse?
Man, at this point, just give me like I've accepted the reality that like it's probably going to be like Rasmus Ristolainen. Like I'm so broken by this team at this point that I'm like, all right, fine, but like how much are we going to
seek help, Jake?
Oliver Ekman-Larsson would be pretty good. I like the idea of him. He's playing his best hockey he has in years. He's relatively affordable. He's older, but I think he'd be a good mentor for like ASP. I think you put him on the same line because he can play either side.
Swedish connection.
Yeah, a little Swedish connection. Help build up the Swedish mafia again. I think it could be interesting.
Boy,
I don't know. I just wouldn't want to pay like an arm and a leg for him.
What about up front? Anything up front?
I mean, everybody wants Robert Thomas or Vincent Trocheck, I think those are not terrible options. I think they are going to be kind of an overpay. I actually had a guy from the Swedish winger. So hello, Lars, if you can hear me. He mentioned Luke Evangelista from the Nashville Predators. And the more I read about him, the more I kind of like the idea of getting him.
I love that idea.
Yeah, right? Like he's kind of like that mean, like he's got a little snarl to him. He's like a Timu Matthew Nyes. So I feel like that could be interesting.
He was really good for Milwaukee when he played there. And I would love to see that addition here.
Oh man, yeah. So the Washington Capitals just got Timothy Liljegren, and I wish we would have got him. He's 26 years old, second pair guy. He's not really going to like leap off the page, but there's a little bit of flexibility with him.
Momentum has built for a New York Islanders and St. Louis trade to complete or trade for Braden Shen.
Wow.
Momentum building there.
Yo, what's up, Brad?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Dad?
Thanks. It's wild. I just came home from work, and my wife's like, "He's having a hard time. Can you help put him to sleep?" And that was the goal. So I just put him to sleep. So thankfully, It's working out really well. So
there you go. Mission accomplished. Brad, who's your dark horse, real quick? Come on, less than an hour to go.
Oh, for trade, I think it's Ristolainen. I think not to say a dark horse. I think that's just the one that makes the most sense. I don't think, as sad as I am, I just don't see Irishman trading the first round pick. The prices are kind of crazy. Let's be honest. I love a Robert Thomas. I'm willing to do like 2 firsts and Danielson. I think that kind of replaces who were, you have Casper as a third line center moving forward. You have Thomas, then you have Larkin. However that works out. I think the problem is I think Danielson and within Detroit fans on Twitter as well. I think people are kind of cooling off on Danielson too. So I'm like, pump his value up, guys. Come on, So I think it's gonna be Ristolainen. I think there's the 1B would probably be Faulk. I think that's another one as well. Again, it's just the soft moves. Again, unless it's Robert Thomas, I don't know if I'm willing to trade anything more than a second round pick. Just because there's just not the big bang thing. I mean, even Trocheck, I'm like, it'd be really cool to have Trocheck, but he's older and that drop off could happen anytime. But I'm open. I'm open to Trocheck. It just kind of depends on what the value is. You know what I mean? So what are you guys thinking?
Everyone so far has said Robert Thomas. I think that is the clear consensus, primarily amongst, I should say,
he's not a dark horse though.
Chunk of the Red Wings.
He's the objective. He's the goal, right? He's the hot girl that you ask out for prom, dude. Like, yeah, of course, that's the goal. So I don't know if I clarify him as a dark horse. I think he's just the obvious one that I would want to go after. So.
I said it earlier, Brad. I don't know what your thoughts are, and Jake, I don't know if you were listening at all, but like, if you're gonna pay, 3-4 pieces for a Trocheck, I'd rather just pay a 4 or 5 pieces and get Thomas. Like, I don't care what the cost is. Like,
yeah, at that point, if you're going all in, go all in.
Like you gotta go all in hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that because I think you're already spending that much. Like, go for the one that's going to, he's going to be a bigger bang for your buck. He's younger. Like he's more on the caliber of talent. I'd say he's similar tier as Larkin. In my opinion, I think Larkin's a little bit better. But I think he's in the same tier. It's one of those things where, you have a 1-2 of Thomas Larkin. I think that's a phenomenal, like it's a great 1 and 2 C, right? It's not McDavid or Draisaitl, but you're really setting yourself up for a true. I think you're going to be a contender with those types of centers. So, do you guys see them trying to fill the left wing at all? Like top left wing with anything?
Yeah, we were actually just talking about Luke Evangelista earlier. I feel like he'd be kind of interesting. He's with Nashville right now. He's up for another extension. They had a lot of beef trying to get the contract extension last time. Kind of just kicked the can down the road, and it looks like Nashville is prepared to go into sell-off mode. So I feel like he'd be a good piece to pick up from them.
Yeah. You saw Glendening got claimed?
Yeah, and Holtz went unclaimed. That update finally came through.
Dang.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's
What
kind
do
of
you guys think about Jamie Alexiak from Seattle?
I don't think they're in a selling mode though. Like they're trying to make the playoffs.
They make no sense to me. That is the most like I don't know what you guys are trying to do here. Like the most mushy middle team in the league.
Yeah. What do you? I mean, if you think about this though, like, is Alexiak better than Myers? Like to me, that's the same caliber.
I think he's better than Myers. I think he's like more defensively responsible, and he's younger. Also,
Alexiak, I thought he was in 30s.
He is, but he's not 36 like Tyler Myers.
Yeah, that's fair. We just traded for a 37-year-old. That's all. Again,
he's 33.
Listen, and by the way, I'm also geeked about Perron. Like, I think he's a great locker room, even if he's not like playing, which you might not, right? But I think he's a great energy guy in the sense of the locker room, right? I thought it was a real bummer when he left, but I understood it, and I think I'm glad to have him in the room. Just have that kind of that voice, So
you need vibes, guys.
Well, I think so. You kind of look at there's some players that lead the locker room by performance. And I think Larkins does that. He does. I don't know if we're not in the locker room, right? So this is all like speculation, but it feels like Larkins more of a, hey, I'm going to lead by example, and that's great. But there's some guys that you need to motivate, yell, be dad, right? Like I understand that. It's to me, it's like having it's just a dynamic, right? You need someone that's like Kane's not really an outspoken person. I don't imagine. Larkin doesn't feel that way. Sider probably is, but he probably doesn't want to step on Larkin's toes. Raymond's kind of quiet. You need someone's gonna be vocal. I think Kop's really great about that, and Sherratt as well. But are they the same? I mean, again, you want that kind of impact guy who can provide points plus also lead. And Kop's had a great resurgent year. Very happy with that. But it's just you want those bigger roles and those guys being really vocal and everything. So.
Yeah, I wrote an article today for Octopus Star actually, and found an interview where Dylan Larkin talked about how David Perron is someone. This is a quote from Larkin. We're completely different people, but he's vocal. He's on guys at the right times. He's able to hold people accountable because he holds himself accountable. He's a good leader and a good person. So I think that really does speak to your point, Brad, of like Larkin being more of the quiet leader and Perron being sort of that vocal energy guy. And I think that's something that this locker room does need to an extent. You need somebody who's going to kind of kick you in the ass a little bit.
Yeah, and that's something for Yzerman to identify, right? Like if you I'm sure like everyone on this like panel can think about their perspective. Like I'm a personality hire. Put me on the bench. I'm a third, fourth line grinder winger, and I'm gonna be joking, keep it light and everything, and I'll yell, but I'm not gonna Stanley Cup motivate you, right? I'm like, guys, let's go. We got this.
Oh, we got a Wings trade. Wings trade just broke. The Detroit Red Wings have acquired San Jose's 2026 third-round pick from the Pittsburgh Penguins in exchange for Elmer Soderblom.
A third-round pick for Soda? No way.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow.
So what do we do? So what's the next play here? So then MBN is our deadline move up. That we literally just talked about this, right? Is this not exactly what we just mentioned, Brandon and Travis?
Yeah.
This is.
That seems to be the move, right? Unless their plan is that he is going to get someone and said, okay, Soda needs a better opportunity somewhere. And then who's the next guy you bump down? Michael Rasmussen. So either Steve Yzerman is bringing up Michael Branzig-Nygaard, or he is getting a top 6 forward right now.
That's my guess, is that he's freeing up.
Or it's a defenseman. It still could be a defenseman, but it leans more towards a forward. This is kind of huge right now.
Yeah.
It could go either way. This is where Steve Yzerman nuts up or shuts up.
That's a great value for Elmer.
Yeah, you make a 6th round pick guy turn into a 3rd round pick. I mean,
And
you
he
got
wasn't
games out of him.
playing.
And he only got like what? I think he had no points in the 2026 calendar year.
No, that's crazy.
The last time I checked, he had 0 points in this calendar year. And you got a 3rd
Yes.
round pick for him. But we talked about it. Someone would go out there and pay for him. San Jose has all these picks they can wipe their butts with, so to say. They're like, yeah, we'll take a shot at him. Jake's writing an article as we speak.
Literally, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do.
San Jose's gonna be a problem. I'm so glad the Red Wings are in the East, dude. They're my 2nd favorite team, and I've been, dude, it is tough. Like they are so good, dude. And this is just.
But why would they offset Liljegren? Like, why would they dump Liljegren? The Sharks. I don't.
They got him for a 5th, right? From 5th
Right,
or
who's on that blue line? Like,
What did they get in return? Do we know yet?
They got guys. I think it was just a 3rd for the trade, but I think for Liljegren, he was like a 5th round pick from the Leafs, and then you have like Luca Cagnoni, like you have like there's one of the guys that hit like over 100 points as a defenseman in the OHL. I can't remember his name, but it was one of their picks from last year. I mean, there's plenty of defensemen that are kind of coming up for San Jose in the young sense. So, man, this is exciting. I love trade deadline.
I get stressed out at the trade deadline.
Oh, absolutely. Like, because I'm like, so this is kind of where, and maybe you guys have an opinion on this too. I'm more afraid of Yzerman making a bad trade than I am of no trade. And that's so like people will be like, oh, like Emily Kaplan, I guess, talked about it too. Like, oh, like he's got to make a big move, and I'm like, yes and no. Like I don't know. For me, like that's where I'm at. I'm like, yes, he does, and he also doesn't, because we have so many. Again, they have so much stuff. I think Yzerman's a better summer guy. I think he does a great job in the summer. Gibson, DeBrincat, right? Like these are some of the bigger trades he's able to do, and I think people are more rational. And I think Yzerman's always been rational. Well, overall, relatively rational, but I just don't know. So
you get the Pittsburgh Penguins 3rd round pick. So that's going to be. It's going to be a
You get the
decent
Sharks'
pick.
3rd round pick in 2026.
Well, it's technically. What's the Pitt? Wait, is it San Jose's pick or is it Pittsburgh's pick?
It's San Jose's pick. He's going to Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. I had it backwards. I thought he was going to San Jose. Okay.
We all had it backwards. I literally
he's going to
posted that he
Pittsburgh?
was going to the Sharks and realized quickly I was wrong because this whole graphic threw me off. So,
Yeah.
Oh, for San Jose, that makes so much sense.
yeah,
Yeah, so he's going to Pittsburgh.
Kyle Dubas, what was your move there?
he's all about the reclamation projects this year, though. That makes perfect sense for Dubas.
Hey, watch. Elmer Soderblom is going to get that Crosby bump.
Yep.
He's going to get that Crosby bump. Come on.
Look, like the kid needed to change his scenery. I love this kid. Such a great dude.
yeah,
Great piece
Yeah.
to have around the guys, but he needs that change of scenery. And Pittsburgh's got a tree. They just gained a literal tree. So good for them.
man.
I'll say
Yeah.
this though: a 6th round pick that wasn't playing at all for a 3rd, like
Yeah.
that's
huge.
That's insane value.
That's what I'm saying. If you go on Money Puck or whatever app or website it is, you can look up. I think it's StatMuse. If you type it in properly, because it's very word sensitive. If you type in Red Wings point getters since January 1st, I'm pretty sure Elmer Soderblom has no points this calendar year.
He has 3 points in 39 games this season.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so he must have just recently got him, or they're very old, because he has done almost next to nothing. But that's not to his fault, really. He just hasn't really been getting the playing time. But it's a two-sided coin. What really has he done to insert himself into the lineup? Getting a 3rd out of that, Jake has Jake, you better put me in this. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
right.
Taking all my ideas. We're on record.
Boy, give me the Steve Yzerman here in the last 41 or 39 minutes. That went and got Sergachev and the big ones. Like
Yeah. Steve Yzerman, it's one or the other. He's either cooking or he's like, no, we already got our deadline piece and he's in the AHL. coming up.
Well, he did the Mantha trade at the last second too.
Yep,
Right? So
we've talked about that too. I'll be right back, boys.
Yeah, no, like and by the way, side note, I know we caveat, but whoever, I don't know, I think it was Travis or one of you guys talking about who's playing defense on the Sharks. You are correct. There's only 2 guys signed next year. So you are not wrong about how poor the San Jose Sharks defense is. But yeah, like I said, I think it's going to be last minute. I mean, the good thing this thing goes till 4 because I think that you're going to be hearing about it after the trade, after the trade deadline goes. It's going to be on a call or something like that. So if anything, so.
I'll say this proves that it's a seller's market. You got a third for the Elmer. Like,
Did we have any futures with no, not with Pittsburgh. Never mind. Ignore my question. We didn't have any future considerations deal with them that could have helped that. But
do you think that actually like people, I don't know if people actually do this, right? Like I have a hard time with like they put it in there, but I have a hard time being like, oh, actually we're gonna throw like waiting for San Jose to follow up on that future considerations for Wallman. You know, like
there's always something in the back pocket there with the coach or the GM with that future considerations, whether it's money, pick, something. It's always something there, but
yeah,
it's like Detroit getting that 3rd round pick now what are they going to turn that into?
Yeah, I think there's something more here. Like
we're cooking.
I don't know. Something's going to happen too. If we just keep saying something's going to happen, I bet something will happen.
All right, let's.
I think when we were saying nothing's going to happen, then it happens.
Everyone.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Your arms up. Let's do it. Come on.
What are we doing?
Jazz hands.
Manifesting, I guess.
Jazz hands. Come on, Steve Eiserman.
We're doing a spirit bomb.
Oh, so Jake, Brad, I don't know if you caught it earlier, but when Michael Devolano was on and Travis was on, and we had Justin Satawa on from Woodward Sports, and Michael was talking about Dougie Hamilton being like this brainiac guy, and he's like, oh, so he's like a Jimmy Neutron, and he's like, who? I was like, dude, come on.
Dang.
I'm sorry, Michael, if you're watching and listening. I'm sorry, I'm not dogging on you. I just thought that was really funny. You made me feel really young, at least. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's tough. Hey, but he knows the Carl meme, though. You know,
Braden Shen has waived his no trade clause to accept his deal to the Islanders.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Good for him. That's a guy that there's been a lot of chatter about for a couple of years at the deadline, and they haven't facilitated anything. I kind of like that for the Islanders myself.
Matthew Joseph, whose contract with St. Louis was terminated today, signs with the LA Kings for 1 year at prorated $900K. So they moved on from Corey Perry and signed Matthew Joseph.
So they got
played for DJ King.
What is Ken Holland doing?
Well, Joseph played with DJ King over in Ottawa, so it makes sense.
Okay, so a little bit of tie there.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody's upset with this Elmer trade. That is insane value.
I just realized.
I think people aren't upset. I think they're just a little sad because I liked Elmer. There was no reason not to like Elmer. He had the tools, but for whatever reason they weren't translating here.
There's a strange trend that's been evolving now of former players on the Red Wings that are really tall going to Pittsburgh because now Anthony Mantha's there as well.
There you go.
Did they play together? No, they didn't, right? It was a couple years later. Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember. Okay.
We always have to have a tall guy that kind of struggles with scoring, but is known for scoring at all times. So I don't know who's going to pick up that mantle now.
Rasmussen. At one point, he was known for scoring in the net front. Come on, guys. On the power play. Look at Jake's face. Clip that. Someone clip that.
You know what sucks about deadline day now?
What?
No Bob McKenzie anymore.
Oh,
he's
why?
coming, dude.
Oh,
He'll drop it, dude.
We're dropping
He's gonna
you.
drop the nuke at 3:02.
We're dropping you from the stream for saying that. Come on, man. That's too soon.
Yeah. I just seen a photo of him. Somebody tweeted it, and I'm like, oh man, he was always good for that one bomb on deadline day out of nowhere.
Do you guys ever talk about Pedersen or no? Because I know that's more going to be a summer trade, I think. But did you guys talk about what a package like that would look like, or if you guys are willing to do that? I say that Pedersen and Travis literally walks off screen. That's how upset he was.
That's elite timing.
Yeah,
I know
so-
we talked like on and off about it, what a package would look like. It's so hard to tell if it's going to be a summer deal, like what that package would be, because we don't know what we're going to give up today.
But like, I mean, I think you could talk. I mean, the way I see it, I think because of how expensive he is and how, and I'm sure they're not going to retain because it's so long and so much. But like, I still see, I've always saw Rasmussen as a trade to Vancouver just because he's a BC guy. So like, I could see that being part of a trade like that, a first round pick, like some B-level prospect, and like, you know, like it's not going to be as much as people think. I don't, you know, in my opinion. But I don't know. That's one of those ones you swing if Thomas gets moved, you know, or
Yeah.
because I mean, are you guys more Trocheck or Pedersen? Because like Trocheck is better right now, but he's only gonna be good for like 2 or 3 years. That's how his contract is. Pedersen has the high upside, but right now his high risk, high reward type thing. You know,
I'm going gambling. I think Pedersen's the better pick. I think he's younger. Obviously, he's a little more expensive, but I think with a fresh start, he could be a totally different player. And I mean, you got to imagine over the last couple of years, it's been a nightmare in Vancouver. The JT Miller, like very public feud that happened last year, and then just everything going wrong this year. Like it's clear they need to move on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, and I think that also like there's a Swedish cohort, right? Like I think there is. So this is where one of the things I talk about with Tarasenko on my videos. Like I think you have no Russians here, and Tarasenko's a Russian, and you kind of need buddies. Like you need someone they can talk to, right? Like, and I think it was Myers talked about it with somebody who was American and like on Vancouver. So it was cool to have like another American. That was the phrase. And so I'm like, I understand having like a buddy, and you have so many Swedes here. I think it'd be so cool, like talking your mother tongue, as I say in Game of Thrones. I think there's something important to that. So
Great connection there. I love that.
So thank you. We just finished Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So
It's so good.
So it's so good. My wife was like, "Why do they have to have so many bathroom jokes here?" I'm like, "Because it's funny." So, but yeah. So like, I think Pedersen because he's so expensive. Plus, you don't know what his upside's going to be. It's cheaper than Trocheck, in my opinion.
Braden Shen went for a first, a third, and a prospect.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
Jake's face just literally says it all. It's so funny. You are so clip-baitable, buddy. Someone clip that, please.
He wears his heart on his sleeve, dude.
Don't we all?
I'm a very expressive person.
I feel you on that. And you also got a great mustache. We all do. I think, Brandon, are you mustacheless? Come on, man. We might have to drop you if you are.
We'll change that.
Can we just paint it on him when he's sleeping?
Get him one of those, like, the mustache on a stick with like the glasses and the nose. To like
there you
disguise. I'm not Brandon. I'm Brendan.
Braden.
Like Peter Griffin is doppelganger.
I can't believe they took Elmer to the glue factory.
Dang.
Where's
Dude, I'm
Detroit
so
at?
mad at the Islanders. Like, you tank for, like, you missed the playoffs for like 2 seasons. You get a first number 1 overall pick, skip everybody, and then suddenly you're trading for Garland. You're trading for Shen. Like, suddenly you're sweet, awesome, cool, great. Love that for you.
I feel like that's going to be the kind of team, though, where they rush it too fast. You know, you get a lot of these teams like the Senators last year where they were like, no, we're ready. We're going all in. And then it turned out that, no, they were not ready. And they should not have gone all in. So, I mean, I could see that happening as well.
Yeah. Problem is the upside of Matthew, like, I can't even, Schaefer, is he just looks so Jesus Christ pretty, dude. He is killing it, dude.
He's going to be better than Cale Makar. I'm calling it now.
That's hey, as Zach would say, clip that.
That's either going to age like the worst take of all time, or I'm going to be like a prophet.
Yeah, well, that's summer content right there. Yeah, that's your article you put in the summer when it's slow. Hey, why Matthew Schaefer is going to be better than Cale Makar?
There was just like a period of time where when I was writing for Heavy Sports, where it was every single week there was somebody who would do a trade pitch for Mason McTavish, and I was so sick of seeing his name. It was every single fan base was doing a trade pitch. I'm like, I don't want to look at him again.
Yeah. That's
And
fair.
David Pagnotta's releasing a quote every other day, like, yeah, there are talks happening with him. You know, there might be an extension, there might be a trade. We don't know yet. We'll see.
Of course. So.
It's crazy
I
how
will say
fast
the
we
sh-
got from 2 to 2:30. Like this last hour flies every year.
Yeah, it rips through.
29 minutes to go.
It's someone said Ristolainen is at practice right now, so he's not being withheld, I guess, right now. He's at practice, so that's something on Ristolainen's sense. So
This will probably be it. Watch those two deals are it.
yeah. Also on the Shen one, he did have to waive his no trade clause, so I think the price, I mean, first, I don't know, is that high? You think for him for a first and a third, like, or is that low? I think it's probably proper.
I'd say that's pretty close to market value myself.
Yeah. I don't think it's too crazy, but I'm happy for Soda, but I'm bummed. Like his thing is he's 24 as well. Sorry, just to bring it back here. I think it's cool for him. He gets a new opportunity. Hopefully he gets something. But like at 24, how much more upside does he have? Right. Especially being healthy scratched. So.
I love how it's always Detroit's the one announcing their deals. Like there's never like that just shows like there's no superb leak anywhere. Like Detroit is always the first to announce a deal.
Yeah. Do you guys think so I'm gonna go back to Soda real quick. Do you guys think Kyle Dubas will get anything more for him? Because I think like to get a third's great. I'm like, but if you able to unlock him, what does unlock look like? Maybe half a point a game, right? And then like, does Kyle Dubas get a second for him next year? Like, I don't think so.
It kind of reminds me of like, I forget who Jeff Merrick tweeted out like earlier in the season, like if the Habs can unlock Joe Veleno, watch out.
Yeah.
So it reminds me a lot of that.
Yeah.
Dog, we've been saying that for like 4 years now. Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
I think he's got. Yeah, I think he went like 10 games at a point too, which was crazy.
I looked it up. The last time Elmer Soderblom scored a point was Christmas Day. He scored a goal against the Capitals.
So he didn't get any points in this calendar year.
Yep.
Or that was the goal you said.
He did not.
Yeah.
He has not gotten a single point this calendar year.
And you got a third for him. That is magnificent work.
Yeah.
It really
That's
is.
incredible.
I mean, Pittsburgh has so many picks though, so they could afford to do that.
Right. They
I
can
think-
wipe their butts with those picks.
Dude, Dubas is, in my opinion, nailing this ritual. I think
Well,
he's
look-
doing, only besides Carlson, right? Like, I think he's doing a phenomenal job.
So let's look at it from this perspective. And Jake might be already writing in his article, but if he hasn't, feel free to use this, Jake. I give you full on permission on the record. So Steve Yzerman was able to get David Perron in free agency for free.
Yep.
That's it, right?
No, he made money. He got David for me and made money because if he plays one game, they give him a fourth. Like, but only if they get past one round, then they get the third. Then he's still free. But he made money on that basically.
Technically, yeah. So really, you did take on cap. You took on more cap. Elmer Soderblom's contract was 1.125. David Perron at $4 million. So you took on, that's 2.875 of cap for the rest of David Perron. And yeah, at worst, you got him for free.
Yeah. And honestly, if it's an exchange, like I said, if it's basically besides cap and you give the Senators a third round pick, oh, you're in the second round, like win, absolute win, So, mind you, the Red Wings should still go to the second round without David Perron. Like that's, so it could just be a complete, just, hey, good vibes guy.
So now looking at it from a different perspective after going after that, because Jake, we said earlier, does Steve Yzerman bring up MBN or does he go out big swinging for top six forward or a defenseman still? What if that's it? He just said, yeah, I upgraded our bottom six by shipping off Soderblom and getting David Perron.
What's that line Ken Holland used to say where it's like, oh, our players coming off IR, those are our trade deadline acquisitions. If you think about it.
I told you, Brandon and Travis. I told you that's what's going to happen. It's going to be NBN. Oh, NBN is our deadline acquisition.
Is that a bad thing?
Only if he's playing in the bottom 6, like we were
Correct.
talking earlier. If you bring up NBN, you got to deploy him in the top 6 with how he's scoring in Grand Rapids. I'd rather him play top 6 minutes in Grand Rapids for a long-term play than bottom 6 minutes in Detroit. Just how I feel.
Is he
Oh,
right wing or
Lar-
left wing though?
Boys, we got Lars
Right
in
wing.
the chat. He says, give me EPF and 40.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go.
you
we're
got the
talking.
boys all agreeing, Lars.
Let's go.
Ron, NBN in a third. Oh, come on.
There you go.
Not trading.
Does that do it? Peron,
No.
NBN in a third for
God,
EP40.
no.
We're trading
That does
Peron
not do
already.
it.
That's a first at minimum. You're including a first somewhere.
Brandon, it got confirmed, by the way. The trade is complete. Aiden Thompson is going in exchange for Derek Pouliot.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's an AHL deal though, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it impacts the Central Division. The Griffins play in, so
Okay. Nice.
because Pouliot would be going to Rockford then. Okay. I'm guessing that means Chicago's calling up somebody from Rockford for the rest of the season, though, is probably what that means.
Yeah, I think they sent Korchinski down. Yeah, I live in Chicago, so I'm like surrounded by all the Hawks fans. They're kind of they're on the opinion that they're going to abandon one of those like young defensemen, whether it's Korchinski or whoever.
What's the prediction for how far Grand Rapids goes? I mean, they're probably a favorite, right?
Oh, they have to be one of, if not the favorite to win the cup. I think, honestly, if you take regular season standings into account, their finals are probably Grand Rapids and Providence, which will be an electric matchup.
That's
That'll
tough.
probably go 7.
Yeah.
But
So, I mean, I might be going to Grand Rapids next Friday, actually.
hey, let us know if you're in town.
I will. Yeah. I might be. So I'll let you know because I'm going out of prospecting. I'm in sales, so I might have to go visit a prospect next Friday.
There you go.
So it's a double dip. I put it on the company miles too. So and
They're done that.
So yeah, trying to double dip here. So make it a whole trip, dude. So and we'll kind of delve off because I want to talk about Grand Rapids a little bit because that kind of tells us what the next indication is for the Wings. I mean, because Dominic Shine, I love Shine, but I'd rather have him down in Grand Rapids. I think you need the leadership, especially going through the playoffs. With MBM, I'm like, do you want him playing high up in the lineup? I don't know if I want him as a third line role. He didn't thrive with the Wings. I don't know, like, because with Grand Rapids, are they a Winnipeg? Hey, you win, you're a presence, you're up high, but you fall really quickly, or that what does that look like in the sense of Grand Rapids? Because again, I don't know if you take MBN, does that ruin the rest of the roster?
I don't think so. With how deep and talented the roster is. I mean, you've seen so many key pieces missing in and out of the lineup all year. I mean, you look what Mays hasn't played basically the whole season, essentially at this point until just this week. You lost John Leonard for quite a bit. And for the beginning part of the season, you were sitting a forward in your top 6 every night because the AHL veteran rule.
Yep.
So I don't think losing one piece to Detroit's going to hurt them that much. I mean, when we went into the season going, oh my gosh, you don't have Finney, you don't have ASP, and you didn't have MBN to start. They're like, what is this roster? What are we going to, maybe we'll make the playoffs because everyone in the AHL does. And all of a sudden here we are at the top of the league. So I think they could lose a piece and still go. It's the defensive play of Grand Rapids that's going to carry them, especially getting Gus back. I mean, I know the Red Wings fans listening are like, it's just Gus. He's massive for the Griffins with what he's able to do for us and such a great piece to have. And you think about who's going to join the team too, from overseas or college. Once those seasons are done, the teams can still be stacked. You just hope that doesn't throw off the chemistry, right? That's all you worry about.
Yeah, you have Trey, you have Booch might be coming up, right? Like,
imagine the Griffins getting Booch heading into the playoffs. Just
you could
imagine that.
then send MBN up, right? Like that's okay with
Yeah.
that. Like, that's a good replacement. So
Yeah, you still put Booch out there with John Leonard and Dominic Shine and whatever, and you're gonna have a great time. So I think they're poised to just go deep. And there's so many returning guys from last year that have such a bad taste in their mouth from that first round exit against Texas that I can see them going in with a little extra pep in their step, I should say. Trying to think of words that won't get this episode removed for you, Zach. Sorry.
No, you're good.
yeah, I mean, and think about like I see in the chat, you got Dylan James. I thought they were gonna sign him to the LCP. He's having a phenomenal year out in college. Like he's one that I really like. I mean, Trey Augustine, I think he's gonna sign. Hopefully he goes far. You know, that's why he went back to college. But I think if you sign him though, like, do you run Pastava, Kosa, or do you give Augustine a chance? Like, I don't know, like if Augustine even gets a game. Like, are you?
If you're locked in, which they're already locked in the playoffs. Let's say you lock down the division. Does it matter if you win the league? No one really cares about that. It's winning the championship. So yeah, if at that point you might roll 3 goalies and throw Augustine in for a few games. The only concern I have with that is we saw what the 3 goalie rotation did to this team last year, where Kosa just wasn't able to have that consistent rhythm. I mean, that takes away practice time, that takes away play time. You throw another goaltender in there that can throw that off, it does concern me. But again, Kosa's been so consistent, locked in this year, maybe that's just going to not impact him at all. I don't think you'll see Trey start a playoff game. We'll say that. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
He'd only start a playoff game in one building, I think.
Yeah. How high are you guys trading? How high are you guys willing to trade either goalie? I'm not willing to trade either goalie at this point because I think you have 2 good, in my opinion, one of them's got to hit, right? But what if you trade the one that doesn't hit? Or you don't trade the one that doesn't hit. Like, I'm not willing to trade Augustine or Kosa at this point, just because like that tandem in a couple of years would be great. Like,
would you trade one or the other if it was like a Robert Thomas type deal?
I'd rather trade. So I think of Robert Thomas. So is this too much? Is this not enough for Robert Thomas? Nate Danielson in 2 firsts, and plus
enough.
Some extra. So am I missing another first round pick kind of guy, or am I?
Yeah, you're including an MBN or Bear minimum.
I don't hate trading Bear, but I understand I don't know. Yeah, so I think I'm not willing to trade Augustine. I don't think.
I'm not willing to. You know what? I always said last season, I'm not willing to trade him until I see him in the pros and see what he can do. Because you could be lights out in college and you could be absolute dog water in the pros. So who knows? But at the same time, the addition of Michael Postava really makes things interesting because he wasn't a drafted goalie by us, and he comes in and he's been incredible this season for Grand Rapids. Could they say, hey, let's maybe move Augustine if someone's willing to pay, a good price for him, and you're gonna ride that tandem now. Who knows? But goalies are weird, and anything could happen. And like you said, they've got to hit.
Bruce Garriock just said, sounds like the Detroit Red Wings have emerged as the front runner for St. Louis Blues defenseman Justin Faulk with 17 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it gets done. I mean, Faulk's what? He's 30. He's early 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an easy one. That's a second and a 4th round pick. I mean, I'd willing to do that. I think he's got an extra year on it too.
Go all in. Go all in. Get the center.
Honestly,
and
if
Faulk.
we're going for like a star player, like if you're going Robert Thomas, I'm willing to go with one of Augustine or Kosa at this point. Like, realistically, only one of them is going to be the full-time starter. So it's just up to. I feel like if you can get a key difference maker, like let's say fantasy world, Zach Werenski's on the table.
Okay.
You're telling me you wouldn't mortgage everything you could to get him?
Yes. A top 4 defenseman in the league, top 3. Yes. Robert Thomas. And by the way, Robert Thomas comes with the caveat that he's signed to a phenomenal contract for the rest of the rest of like several years, right? I guess that's one that I'm like, okay, yeah. But who do you trade, Kosa or Augustine? Because like to me, Kosa is higher risk, high reward. He's 6'6" or 6, whatever. Augustine is more of like he's a smaller goalie, so he's like more like Saros, more technically capable.
He reminds me like Dustin Wolf a little bit.
Yeah, do you want the sporadic Hasek goalie like Hakosa? I mean, Kosa's gotten a lot. He's got stabilized a lot more, but he's got a little bit more like flail. It felt like, at least I haven't watched the Grand Rapids enough to be able to, I guess, define on that. But if you can add a little, that's I always thought is like you have a tall guy who makes big saves, or you have the more guy who's always square in like Augustine. And maybe
I need to see Augustine in the pros before I can.
Yeah. I would need to see him do a couple of AHL games first, but my gut is telling me I would keep Kosa, but also he's a little older. I know goalies take time to develop, but who knows?
You also got to look at it from the perspective of John Gibson. Yes, he's having a really great season this season. He is signed for next season. Does he repeat this? And if he does, do you extend him or do you let him walk? Do you trade him? Which direction do you want to go in? I feel like, Jake, did I talk about this with you? Did we have a conversation about this? Or I feel like I've talked about this with almost everyone. So, but what do you guys think about that? What do you do with John Gibson then? Because like you guys are saying, we have so many attendees and John Gibson is already proven.
Ride it out.
As long as you can, right?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
There's a certain award for like the best goaltending tandem in the NHL. I don't remember the name of it.
Jennings, I think.
The Jennings,
Scott Jennings.
So, I mean, we've seen it happen before when John Gibson was a rookie. It was him and Freddie Anderson won that award, and both of those guys turned out to be official starters. So, I don't know. You could ease Gibson's workload as he gets older and slowly allow Kosa or Augustine to come into their own during that. So it's kind of a win-win.
From a development standpoint.
Lars, stop it. Are you 100% sure that Kosa and Augustine will be better than Gylander? Stop it.
I love it.
Sorry to cut you off there, Travis. I thought that was funny.
From a development standpoint, I think I'm a big Kosa guy myself. I'm huge on Kos. I've seen it here in Toledo where he goes on a 10-0 run where he posts a sub-1 goals against average. And you're starting to see it in Grand Rapids now where this year he's a huge, like he's dominating games in the crease. Like you've seen it. Biggest thing with him is his hands, I think, like quickness in hands at points. But with Trey, it's more like you said that he's that more structure. He's, I think, 6'1", so like, or 6 foot. So it's not like he's a giant in there.
What's up, Carlo?
Who's ready for Robert Thomas and Justin Faulk, ladies and gentlemen?
Thomas
ready?
ain't gonna happen. It's a
not with that
team,
attitude.
No, you're damn right about that. But Faulk, apparently Faulk to the wings is picking up some heat right now. I don't know if you guys were touching on that.
Yeah, we just did.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
That is exciting.
So
I have a feeling they're just going to throw Thomas in. It's like, hey, just take him.
A throw in.
Anthony DeMarco is the daily faceoff contributor, and he said that he's been told the Flyers are not moving Ristolainen because they did not get their asking price.
So they're wow. So they really are staying.
I can't.
How high was the asking price?
Kudos to them, man. Kudos to them.
They
for
wanted a
firm.
first-round pick and a prospect. So
yeah, you can keep him.
Well, that's probably what we're about to give up for Faulk. So,
Carlo, do you still need the link or no?
Yeah.
Okay. You're getting Shai Booyam in a first, and you'll like it.
Is the link different? Am I good? To me, like Ristolainen was a similar, like he's a little bit better Sherratt kind of style. Like he's the same tier, I guess. That's kind of where I felt. I think I don't know. I'll give you guys his rankings on that because I guess would you prefer a Faulk? Would you rather have Ristolainen? I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts?
For me, I'd rather have Faulk all day long.
Okay. Yeah. I think he makes less mistakes. And he's more defensively responsible.
I mean, we already have like a big physical defenseman who hits and makes mistakes. His name is Ben Sherratt. So,
yeah.
Do we really need two?
Yeah.
The whole thing with this D-man that we need is like, I think people put a lot of onus on the fact that we need a top 4 D-man, and they maybe don't forget about what comes with that, but we really need a minute eater, and Faulk is a minute eater. ASP is getting 12 minutes a night on a good night lately. So we really do need a guy who's going to step in and comfortably give us 18 to 22 minutes a night to make up for the defensive lapses that ASP still has. And there's no shot at ASP. It's his first year. He's a rookie. He's going to be unbelievable. But right now, for us to take it to the next level, meaning to make the playoffs and maybe win a round, we can't do that with ASP, with 3 guys playing over 22 minutes and the other 15 or less. It's just not going to work. So, that's the real reason for me why we need a minute eater who's dependable, has shown he's dependable. And of course, he's got that veteran aspect to him as well for another solid voice in the room. You can't go wrong, I don't think. Lots can go wrong, but on paper, we should be okay.
I'm starting to think more about this 3rd round pick. And I mean, if it's San Jose's 3rd round pick, I don't really know where they are standings wise. I can't imagine they're
3 points out of the playoffs.
And in the league, they are currently 22nd in the league. So, I mean, that's going to be a pretty high 3rd round pick.
70, 75, somewhere.
Yeah, that's a juicy pick. So that could be something that you could dangle for some sort of trade.
It's definitely an extra asset. I mean,
yeah. There's got to be, I don't know, man. I do. Yeah, Darren Dreger, Robert Thomas. Can't imagine he gets traded at this point. Well, you can't get traded if you're a throw-in. Dreger. Just joking. So
real quick on ASP, he's playing in PP2, but he was on the, I always get him mixed up, flanker, bumper, but I like him down at the circle. Like, we're kind of like in the Ovechkin spot to shoot. Like, I don't like him at the top. I like, because they were doing an Johansson at the top before. I kind of like that. Yeah. I'd rather have what do you think about having like an Edvidson up there as your quarterback? And then, I mean, with the bomb, and then you have ASP could shoot. I mean, like, I think that'd be dynamic. I like having 2 defensemen.
Were chaos.
Oh, absolutely. I love the chaos, dude. Let's have fun. I mean, because I mean, that's where I think he would thrive in that spot. Because I don't think ASP is incredible defensively. He's getting better, right? But it's not his strongest suit, right? And
he's not putting up points like Hudson, like.
So yeah, Lars saying that's the spot he had in the NHL. That's what he was doing, or SHL. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree. I think he should be in that spot. I think it's a great spot for him. You don't have to worry about him rushing back. He can focus on the offense. Like, I think that's a solid spot. Again, I'm all about that. Again, I thought it looked really good there, and I don't mind running the 2D there. So, thank you, Lars. I appreciate it. It's very high compliment. I think very highly of Lars on Twitter. He does very good tweeting. So
a lot of legwork in Sweden.
Dude, he's nailing it, dude. Like I said.
Yeah, shout out to the Swedish winger.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a very special guest popping on in the next 5-6 minutes. Just a quick heads up. Managed to get in touch with the legendary Prashant Iyer. He will be popping on at around 3:00, and it'll be nice to get his thoughts and his intellect and his overall wisdom on this trade deadline. Just to add another brain to this unreal brain power and brain trust that we've had going on all day. It's been a hell of a run. Zach, you've been crushing it, buddy, and I wish I could have been here a lot longer than I have today, but life happens. Anyways, pumped to have Prashant on. He'll be joining us soon, like I said, and yeah, I guess we'll hear from him. I mean, he put out a banger article, like he always does. Just with the urgency behind, like, Steve needs to do something. And, we still got a little bit of time left. I kind of predicted a 255, 335 is when you're going to see the big move, if there is a move to be made for the Wings, happen. We're still waiting to see if Justin Faulk gets reined in. But once things wrap up, really curious to get his thoughts on everything and see what he can pull from his article and whatnot and touch on that stuff. So that'll be exciting. And stick around, folks, because the party continues. The party continues. But let's break it up for a second. We got some time. Round table here. Just give me a number, 1 out of 10, and take everything into consideration, guys, in terms of picks that we still have, assets that we still have, yada, yada. Trade deadline 2026, the Detroit Red Wings, 1 out of 10, or if it's maybe make it easier because it's only 4 options instead of 10 options, letter grade. Let's go with a letter grade. No pluses or minuses, just a letter grade. Make it interesting. Jake, what's your letter grade so far?
I don't know. So far, like a C. I mean, they haven't made any substantial additions. I like the asset management by Soderblom, but I'm not really like particularly wowed in any way. This is, if this is the final move, this has shades of previous trade deadlines, and it suggests to me that the front office is not recognizing the major improvements that this team has made this season. And I think it would be really disappointing to end it this way.
Is that with or without a hypothetical Justin Faulk?
Well, with the Justin Faulk, I think I would move it up a little bit, but
Sure.
Yeah, right now about a C.
Okay, we'll take the C. Brando, what do you got?
Still a possibility of Faulk to Detroit. Somebody just retweeted. I forget who it was, as it's 4 minutes till.
We got lots of time.
There's still so much time left.
We got a half hour.
It's like
minimum.
watching a football game on Super Bowl night, right? Like 2 minutes left on the clock. Feels like it's taking another 20 minutes.
We got E's in the chat.
E's in the chat from Lars. We got a D from the Bird Nose. Come on, chatters. We want to know from you too. We'll even put a poll up. Carlo, I'll put a poll up on the chat. We'll put up a new poll. Yeah. Majority of the people said that they did like the Soda trade, so they love getting a 3rd round pick for that.
Solid.
Yeah, that's good asset management. So let's put up a new poll.
Oh, Detroit Sports News says Faulk to Detroit is done. So
I don't know. Do we listen to them?
I don't know.
Anzarkhan has something.
He's just affirming what everybody else already knows about Detroit needing a right shooting defense.
Oh, Anzar, don't toy with us right now, buddy.
We love you, buddy. I think it's coming, boys. I really do.
For what? Carlo, what are you paying, or what do you think it's gonna pay? What are you gonna pay?
Plus.
I think it's gonna be a 1st plus for sure, and I think it'll be a 1st and probably a prospect at least.
I don't know. I think it's Gibson. I think it's similar to Gibson. You get like a B level prospect, a 2nd, and a 4th. I think that's just.
I can see like a Shai Buium, maybe.
I could see that.
Yeah, he goes to Minnesota eventually, or Vancouver eventually.
Buium, yeah, I can see a 1st in Buium.
All right, go grade the Red Wings trade deadline. It might be a little too early. There's still 2 minutes left. You never know, but go do it now.
30 minutes of processing because they're all slow.
Yeah, it's going to be another 45 minutes after.
That's why we're sticking around until 4 p.m., boys. Come on, let's freaking get it. We still got an hour to go. It's Rumble hour time. Come on, how many calls are we going to bust out today? Come on, we're all on sales, right? Come on.
I feel like that scene in Saving Private Ryan where it does like the time lapse of Matt Damon where you just see him like age.
Yes. It's where we're at. That's hilarious. So, okay, letter grades. We got D's in the chat. We got E's in the chat. Jake's at a C. Brando, I didn't get your did you say C as well? Because that's not really a shocker.
Yeah, I mean, if Faulk doesn't go through, I'd say C. I mean, you look at it overall, we didn't pay insane prices. I'm thinking in my head that this is still coming with an MBN call-up at some point in time. That's your deadline acquisition. So, yeah, we'll go C. Nothing exciting.
Cool.
Darren Schultz is asking, can he do C-? We are just doing a single letter. No pluses, no minuses.
Whatever they want. It's the chat.
All right, chatters can do whatever they want. That's fair. That's fair, chatters. Do whatever you want.
No, take away the minuses and pluses. Take them away. I don't want to see them.
C- is really just a D.
Don't fence it. You hurt your butt, dude. I'm telling you. Like, come on, commit. Is you D or C? All right,
1 minute left.
If someone puts a B at this point, sorry, you're not paying attention.
If we get Faulk, for me, it's a B.
Yeah,
considering what we still have.
I'm saying right now, if you just based on Perron and Soderblom, which by the way, great value. That's why I'm giving it a C. But overall, like, it's not what we want to see. It's not what we want to see.
I wonder if that 3rd pick they got for Soda is what's making this potential Faulk deal go over. Maybe it's a first and a third, and a prospect.
1st and a 3rd, or it's a prospect and a 3rd.
Maybe the 1st in that San Jose 3rd, because that's going to be a high 3rd.
Yeah.
Is it though? They might make the playoffs. Like, that's the thing. Like, they could make the playoffs. They're only.
Do you know how crazy that is? That they're 22nd in overall standings, but they still might make the playoffs.
Stop it! Stop it!
Meanwhile, yeah, there are other teams in the Atlantic that are like in the high teens, and they're going to miss. It's the NFC North all over again.
It's 3 p.m. sharp, folks. So let's see what trickles in here. What's LeBron
Rasmus Ristolainen stayed put. Flyers had a price and stuck to it. Pierre LeBrun.
The Grindline podcast said, sounds like Faulk is a done deal and there could be more.
All right,
Don't know the
Grindline.
source, but I do trust Greg, so.
Come on, Thomas, damn it.
I'm telling you, they're throwing him in.
All right, sounds like it's happening, says Jeremy Rutherford.
I'm upgrading to a first. I think I'm looking at his points. I
It's
didn't know
a
Faulk was
first.
at a half point.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
I
way you
agree.
don't get Faulk. It's a
All right,
first.
someone clip this. Clip our reactions.
Anyone else sweating here?
No, I'm already prepared that it's a first plus to get him. Like, you should be prepared for that, and it's not going to be cheap. Like that's
It's gonna be a
Just
first
got
and a
confirmed.
third.
Jeremy Rutherford just confirmed.
Sounds like it's happening. Is
All right.
it done?
Carlo, what are you paying? What do you think it is? Go.
I think it's a first and a third and a prospect.
Okay. Zach, go.
First, third.
Okay. Jake.
First at a higher end prospect.
Ooh,
Like B
Travis.
tier.
Okay.
first, third, and a prospect probably.
Okay. Ren.
A fifth.
Oh. Of what? Absolute?
No, we could probably something a little more high end. You know,
I get some Grey Goose going.
Absolutely.
no, first and a third.
That's actually what Carlo's drinking. It's just straight Grey Goose. That's why
Right
it's
here,
clear.
boys.
There we
Not
go.
the flavored stuff either.
No. Burnett's?
Oh,
Oh,
What's
dude.
that?
Dude, brutal. Get watermelon Burnett's.
I just gave you
Ugh.
heartburn thinking about it.
That reminds me of college. Oh my god.
So Grindlines, welcome to Detroit, Justin Faulk. Let's see what comes in here.
If they got it first, we're very curious to know.
Credit to them if they got it. I mean, it sounds like it's happening. It's just waiting for that confirmation, that actual
Bobby
certified
McMahon
stamp.
to
And guys,
Seattle.
And don't forget that it
Seattle.
took like a half hour for that Mantha trade to go through all those years ago.
Yeah. Elliot Friedman, what do you got for us? Bobby, oh, that's the McMahon.
I wonder what Insider Prashant's thinking.
Well, he's in a
I don't
pop
know. We gotta
on.
wait and see. You guys talking about the Justin Faulk deal?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there he is. Hey,
Is he in
Prashant.
here? He's in the house. What's up, Prashant?
Let's wait and see. I mean, Rutherford's usually pretty spot on for St. Louis. So see what the price is, but something needed to happen.
All right, Prashant. What would you grade Detroit in their trade deadline if they do end up getting this done?
I think if they do end up getting Faulk done and you don't move any of the, kind of core lineup pieces to make it happen, which I don't think you would necessarily need to do here. I think you're looking at least a B grade for them. I think you did it's a nice piece of work flipping Soderblom, who's kind of forced out of the lineup, into a third round pick. Essentially took a guy who was your 14th forward and got a third round pick out of that. That's nice. And then David Perron, depending on if he's able to come back and play following this hernia surgery, he'll be a nice add to the bottom six. A lot of people don't realize it, but he would be Detroit's sixth leading goal scorer with 10 goals. So, he does have some scoring punch down there. And then if you can obviously get Faulk, I think that's a huge get. And Faulk's a dynamic defenseman that offers an offensive piece that I think Detroit's really missing in terms of his ability to attack the inner slot, ability to generate cycle chances. I think it offers a lot of what you're looking for.
Can I make a major joke real quick?
You have to.
If there's more involved, watch it be Bergeron coming back.
Yeah.
Stop it. Too soon.
Well, it does look like Emily Kaplan said the Faulk to Detroit deal is in the queue. So.
All right.
They must
Could
have a
there
pretty
be
good
more?
relationship with Detroit, given the amount of
First
trades
and
that keep
third from
happening.
Detroit for Justin Faulk. Darren Dreger's got that. So a first and a third, and I wonder, it's probably that third we got from Soda, right? No
Yep.
prospects in the move, just a first round pick and a third round pick.
Wow.
Which is pretty.
Wow.
I'm not upset about that. Don't know the year on him yet, but I am not upset about that at all.
Yeah, and I think so. Like one thing I say with Yzerman, I trust his there's some really great drafting I think he's got. I'd rather give up picks like this. I like the prospects too much. Probably because I Irishman's my favorite player, right? Like ever. So I'm like, oh, like he can't do no wrong, and he has, But it's still at like I'm like so like you see some of the way things have hit for him. All these first round picks, like Johansson took a while, but that he finally hit. Soderblom hit. Meaning it hit the NHL, right? And we're usable because that's how often you see like anything outside the second round hit on a team consistently. So I'm a guy that was just picks, similar to the Gibson trade, just second and a fourth, and Mrazek, right? Nope, just keep the prospects. You have a great pool, and sit on them and help bring them up.
Yeah, I like that deal. I
I'm
really
just
like
happy
this.
we ended in a B as a letter grade for this trade deadline because not only the team, but hey, we all deserve a little bit of a deadline goodness that has happened for sticking with it for Lord knows how long. So
10 years we've waited to be buyers. 10 years plus probably.
I mean, conservative buyers, but still buyers, I guess.
You trading a first round pick, you're a buyer.
Yeah. You're not wrong. Jake, how many words per minute can you type? I'm just curious.
You know what's really funny is I actually did that as a joke the other day. I was like, let's see how fast I can type. And I got 131.
That's impressive.
Holy smokes.
My hands hurt.
Freeman also said Faulk to Detroit. I mean, we already figured it was coming through, but just as the Godfather,
So I guess Robert Thomas wasn't thrown into the deal as I hoped.
For a fifth.
For a fifth.
Future consideration.
But hey,
100
this is good. So now we can start to kind of, I guess, toy with what we think this lineup can look like. We don't have to do that right now. But that's
do you like McCann or do you like McMahon or do you like Faulk more? Because McMahon was a second and a third or fourth. Yeah.
I personally like Faulk a little bit more. What do you guys think?
Because he has an extra year. So I like Faulk better because that was a place of need, right, for the Red Wings. So I think I think it's great. Plus he comes with an extra year, right? So you get them this year and next year. So Eisman wanted a guy with term. McMahon needs to sign a deal. He's 30. He's probably we saw.
Justin Holl is going to St. Louis too.
Whoa!
Darren Dreger just reported.
That affects the Griffins here, Brandon.
Do you like that though?
Justin Hall.
Like,
still giving it a B.
How do we feel about Hall?
I like that.
Justin who?
How do we Justin?
I forgot about him honestly for a second.
Yeah,
I like that. I'm okay with it. I'm stuck on the fact that Shine has not been reassigned yet.
Got a little bit of feedback.
I was gonna say someone's got an aeroplane going on.
Airport next door.
Oh yeah, I live next to a train. Oh shoot, I'll mute it next time.
You all said airplane. I said, idiots.
To be fair, it did sound like an airplane.
Yeah, if you don't know your locomotive sounds.
That I do not. You are correct.
Big train guy over here. Big train guy.
You're a train guy.
It kind of makes sense though, Brandon, because if you think about it, that opens up the potential to get Johansson and Grand Rapids later.
It does. So what I was
Anton?
saying before the train came through, I'm okay with it for Grand Rapids if they lose Hall. I need to see Dominic Shine sent back down still, and
We still need to hear about that too. Yeah.
It's after the deadline for that. Obviously, that could be stuck in the queue too of whatever happens in this league. But if that doesn't happen,
paper move though. If they need to keep him up, they'll just he's not.
well, they can't. But can they still paper move him?
Yeah.
Well, as long as that happens, I'm all right with the deal.
So surely you're seeing Edvinsson, Sider, Sherratt, and Faulk as your top four. Surely. I don't think there's any other person that could potentially fit in there. Now, who's out? Who's the odd man out? Is it going to be a rotate between ASP and JBD? Or do you think ASP stays and JBD sits?
ASP to head back down.
Say again?
Playing 10, 12 minutes a night last little bit here.
ASP going down for Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but who
I
plays
could see
PP2
that.
then?
Who plays
Who
what?
plays PP2?
You just got Justin Faulk.
Justin Faulk.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. I forgot about that. Well, so we talked about it. So Lars was putting in the chat that if you had traded for OEL, you put him at quarterback and you put ASP on the side, which he did in the SHL. So I like that better. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, Prashant.
Yeah, I mean that would have worked as well. I mean, I think OEL obviously has a lot of offensive talent. ASP's value on the power play is obviously getting his shot from that left face-off dot. He's got a heck of a slap shot. I just think at this point in time right now, it's clear he doesn't have a lot of the trust of the coaching staff. He doesn't play in tight games in the third period. His ice time has dropped significantly.
Yeah.
We've seen JBD used above him in the lineup, even on scenarios where it requires someone to play on their offhand. I think that's probably what they're going to go for, and I think that's why right shot was kind of so important for them, was to get somebody that could hold up to the physical nature of playoff hockey. And so I do think that's what we see here. I don't think it's an indictment on ASP by any stretch. I mean, he had a really solid campaign for what he was here for. It's just, I mean, Todd said it in a presser, I think, several weeks ago. It's just there's scenarios where he excels in and there's scenarios where he doesn't. And some of these games right now, he's still got to learn, but you don't want that learning experience happening in this situation. So I'm fine. You move Faulk to that second power play, allows you to keep a lot of the same looks by having him up top. And I think you can go keep those four forwards. I think you can get David Perron now onto that second power play unit as well. I think that's an upgrade there, with his passing and his ability to win board battles. So I think it all looks good. I mean, it would have been nice if you had OEL and ASP as well, but I think those two, Faulk works just as well.
Thanks, that.
All right, guys, I got to jump, but thank you so much for having me on. Good to see you
Jake,
again.
anytime,
Prashant.
man.
Good to
You're
see
welcome
everybody.
anytime.
Yep.
Good to see you, Jake.
Take it
Thanks,
easy,
Jake.
buddy.
Talking to you.
Go
Take
Wings.
care.
Seeing you.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
Wings.
All right. We still got a lot of news coming in. Lots of reporting still left to go. Any chance that Yzerman did anything else besides this?
Probably not.
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
Not doing
Ryan
something this big
Strome
this
to
late
Calgary.
yeah, I see that.
So
7th rounder.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Drouin is part of the Shen trade. He's going back to the St. Louis Blues.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just collecting these pieces. Sorry. Because Strome went for a 7th. That's kind of crazy.
Trocheck stayed put. Wow.
Yep.
I think they're going to regret that. I mean, and because his value is so high from the Olympics, I think that's going to be tough. So guys, looking at this, so playoffs start today. Wings are in the 3rd divisional spot. They're versing Buffalo. How many games and who wins?
Buffalo and 7 if it's in Buffalo. Maybe
Yeah.
sit. Maybe honestly, because Detroit is. You got to think about this. Detroit is horrible in Buffalo.
Yeah.
When they go to
Yeah.
Buffalo, they just don't play well in Buffalo. So I could
Mhm.
see that even being 5. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Buffalo's playing really, really well.
Buffalo.
Yeah,
Buffalo
they're
might
good.
go on a Cinderella run out of nowhere, kind of like St. Louis did.
Depends on their goaltending.
Yeah.
They're still relying on Alex Lyon.
Who looks phenomenal. I was
He
bummed when they
does.
let him go.
He
Dude.
does. He hasn't played 30 games though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? We've seen him look good, but we've also seen him look not good. When the longer he goes, he seems to kind of taper off a little bit. So, dude, I don't know if it went to 7 games. Honestly, I think it's a toss up. I usually do think 7 games is a toss up. That's not a secret to anybody. 7
Who
games,
is-
it's 50-50.
So is Alex Lyon the starter for Buffalo versus John Gibson?
Let's assume so.
Yeah.
Let's assume so.
Hot hand,
Yeah.
I think, goes to John Gibson in that run, in that category, right? More
Yeah,
playoff
but they also
experience.
have UPL to go to, right?
he's injured, right?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I
didn't know
think
he
he's
started.
injured. So I think they're running Colton Ellis, who beat Detroit both times that he versed them, which was crazy. I think he was a claim from St. Louis. I don't think UPL is still, like I said, injured.
And they still have Levi in the minors. right?
Who looked so good. Like everyone was so hype on him, and I'm bummed he hasn't worked out so far.
But isn't he?
I think
Is
they
he
just
having
rush
a
him.
good year? Like I haven't looked at any numbers for him. Like,
No, and if I remember correctly, he's not having a great year. So,
St. Louis has 3 first-round picks in 2026. Nasty.
I'm glad they're finally, because they talked about doing a retool. I'm glad they're doing more of a rebuild. I think that they needed it. I know they were trying to do it quick with like moving out Tarasenko and moving out like those guys. I just think because they picked up a ton of good guys like Dvorsky, like Snuggerud. I thought those were some good pickups. I think it's smart to do it. I think they should full rebuild. And I would really like Kyrou, honestly. I mean, I want, Thomas, of course, too, but I like Kyrou as well. Especially that top line spot.
Well, I wonder if that's MBN spot pretty soon.
We have been talking about that extensively a little bit. That you got Perron basically for free. You almost earned by moving out Soderblom to take on Perron. You're just paying more cap. So it really comes down to Perron on his playing. 1 regular season game or 50% in the playoffs. You improved your bottom 6. Second power play unit, like Prashant said. So you basically got that for free, and then you went out and got Justin Faulk,
who leads the Detroit Red Wings defense in goals scored in 25-26.
I wonder what the percentage chance is now locked in for the Red Wings to be a playoff contender this year. Because this morning it was 82% per money puck.
87?
I think it was like 82.
No, I'm saying I think
80
it goes up to 87.
Goes up to
I
87.
think it bumps up a little bit, yeah.
I think they're going to make it. I mean, I'm not going to put a percentage on it, but I do think they're going to make it.
I don't know. They got to start winning games, though.
Yeah, I think they got to go 600. They got to be a 600 team, and I think they'll make it. You're right. They absolutely need to win games, but I think, and now this is just completely speculative, guys, but like they are a buyer at the deadline for the first time in how long? Look how jacked we are. You don't think the players are all pumped up? Like, don't be surprised if they come out firing tonight because they got that trade deadline bump in their veins.
Well, how much fire in the other night and they shit the bed.
How much?
There was no trade deadline acquisition. You're missing my point. Like, they just got Justin Faulk.
How much was David Perron involved in that too? Maybe going to Faulk, hitting him up. I don't know. You don't know. But what is that going to do for the room? Because David Perron probably knows Justin Faulk better than anyone else does.
DP in the room is massive for this team. We know that.
It's the David Perron revenge tour officially.
Big Daddy P. I'm still convinced he was coaching the team when we were in the Susie era. I'm still convinced.
He was drawing plays on the timeouts, man. Like, incredible, absolutely incredible.
Prashant, how do you break the defense up? How do you line them up? Do you think?
I don't think you're touching Sider Edvinsson, right? So that's staying together. I mean, and I think that also makes sense for that group to stay together. I think the question comes down to do you leave Sherratt and Faulk together so that you're stuck with potentially an ASP or I'm sorry, an Aljo and JBD bottom pair? I think that is a little terrifying. Mm-hmm. They may consider splitting up Faulk and Sherratt, but I don't know that a JBD Sherratt pairing gives me any more confidence. So I really think you can mix and match that bottom four however you want to. I think really the key is being heavily still on the top pair and then give Faulk kind of sizable third kind of number 3D defense minutes. I think the biggest value here is you're easing the burden on Sherratt, who has had to pick up a lot of extra shifts as you were sheltering ASP, trying to figure out, Johansson minutes and also trying to get JBD in there as well. I think Sherratt's had to probably play upwards of 21 minutes, and you might be able to lessen his load a little bit, get him in better situations for him, and now allow Faulk to drive some of those offensive minutes. So I think you probably end up with Faulk next to Sherratt, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gets switched up a little bit and you have Aljo next to Faulk for more offensive situations.
I don't mind that either, but to avoid a potential swapperoo, are you still nervous about Aljo and JBD with ridiculously sheltered minutes in deployment?
I think it depends. We haven't really seen Todd go to heavy sheltering minutes with his defensive groups. Unlike what we saw with Derek Lalone, where he obviously leaned heavily on Sider and then would try and kind of get other defense pairs easier matchups. Todd seems to roll them, relatively consistently. There's maybe a slight edge in competition for the Sider and Edvinsson grouping, but otherwise, I haven't necessarily seen him do that. Now, if he does choose to do that, I think then you feel a little bit better about it. But thus far, he hasn't really rolled his D pairs in a manner that suggests he's trying to protect that bottom pair.
Yeah, the only person really that I feel like that's been sheltered or protected was ASP, because when they're down, they're not really using them, and when they're losing, they're trying to get back into it. They're not really using
Patrick Kane on the offensive side. That's it. Those are the two that they sort of selectively deploy. And otherwise, for the most part, everybody kind of rolls their minutes.
You mentioned Eljo and Faulk, and that one, I'm actually really curious to see what that could look like in a period. Let's call it a period. I'm not gonna say game, but just to get a sample size on that, I think that could actually be decent, because Eljo's, he's kind of, you can tell he's playing with a little bit of pep and some confidence right now. They put him on PP2, and I mean, obviously they trust him a little bit more too right now. So I would be very, very interested in seeing something like that, so you can have Sherratt go down to kind of level off that third pair. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, Johansson was terrible at the beginning of the year.
Yes. Always starts slow. That
really bounced back over the last little bit. I mean, even really since Christmas, he's been one of the better defenders for Detroit. So, maybe with that renewed confidence, you feel a little better about him next to Faulk and playing heavier minutes. But kind of see what we'll see what Todd does with them.
This will be fun.
Are you guys leaning more on? So I like distributing the talent throughout. I know clearly Edvinsson Sider is an elite top pair, absolutely, but I like the idea of splitting them up and dividing that. I think, what do you think about like a Faulk Edvinsson pairing? Move Sherratt up, like or you move Sherratt to the third pair. JBD played with Sider. Is it great? I don't say he's the best, but like I like the idea of distributing. I understand you can still shelter ASP because that's who you're trying to shelter. You're trying to shelter him, Johansson, and JBD. But it's like, how do you balance that? I think it's better to distribute the talent across the lineup. But I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on that. So,
like, are we all in agreement that ASP is going down? Like,
I don't think so.
I think it's going to be between him and JBD in terms of who's being sat.
Or is Hamonic going on waivers?
True.
Hey, Hamonic probably on waivers. That sounds like send him down. Because you can lose him. I'd rather lose him than.
What's their roster size right now? Because they got rid of.
Well, they got Soda. They got rid of Soda and they brought Faulk, so they should be fine.
No, I'm just curious because Coast is down.
Well, because they have 21 right. You can see a Papilla. They have 21 right now. So if they added Faulk and Perron and moved Soda, then they're at 22.
Yeah, Papilla hasn't updated yet. They don't even have the trade up there. So
do they have Soda? I think they have Soda off, right?
They have they have that one up. They were quick on that one.
So we have with Faulk a 23-man roster
with 8D, right?
8D.
So we're going back to that.
I don't know what's going to happen here. This is going to be interesting to see how the management of the roster really plays out. I could see ASP getting sent down to go on a run with GR. That's not like that's dumb. That makes a ton of sense. But JBD's just been very hard to watch the last few games. Very difficult to watch that.
Lars says ASP sticks and Hamonic to the North Pole.
Yeah.
Amen, Lars.
So think about this. If you run Faulk on quarterback of PP2, who are you going to choose to put on PP2 besides ASP on the side? Like,
probably Perron.
Okay, I could see that. But He's got a.
Perron will be on the wall, which is where ASP is at right now, right? They have ASP on the flank.
Switching Perron in for ASP essentially.
100%, dude. You want
Okay,
Perron
that,
there
that
over
makes more
ASP.
sense then. That was my sticking point. I don't understand why would you send him down again. Mind you, I said send him down like 20, 30 games in just because I know it was bummed that he was kind of getting walked a bit, and so again he has the rookie mistakes, but you're jumping pretty quickly. And I said send him out early, and then I was talking to Nick of Hockey Down West, and he was like, yeah, but who do you put there instead? Like Tuomisto, like who, like there's no one else to do it to put there. So I could see it now with Faulk being up, but I'm kind of bummed for him. He goes to all year, and then he's like, oh, sorry, guy, we're sending you down. Although that's a Grand Rapids like a monster. So in that sense.
Well, we will see how the cookie crumbles with how they manage it. It's kind of somebody stated the Wings haven't really posted anything about it, so people are.
They have not.
It's probably another call. That's why to go through probably.
Yeah, maybe.
That's when you're gonna
Probably
find out
hasn't
there's
been
more
finalized
to
yet.
it than what's being reported.
Well, that's the Hall part and everything. So
Well, Hall part's been publicly put out, but watch there be like maybe another piece potentially, something real
Two
small from
firsts.
St. Louis.
Hey, that throw-in, man. I'm telling you, that throw-in will be nice.
by the way, the way the grind line can just rip out graphics so quick, impressive, dude.
Well, I'm pretty sure Greg's like a marketing guy, right? So he's probably got all the tools and all the.
I mean,
things
He's got all the tools.
to rip them up. So yeah, he's quick
Oh.
with it.
LA Kings got Scott Lawton.
Oh wow.
I saw somebody Toronto traded him, right? Yeah.
Ken Howard always kicking the tires, man. You can always count on Kenny boy. That's crazy.
Did anybody talk about Tampa Bay getting Corey Perry and how that basically confirms Tampa's definitely not winning the cup this year?
Yes.
I
we
didn't
did
know
touch
about
on
that
that a little
Touched
bit.
on that? Okay, cool.
Camp went to Washington as well, which is crazy that he gets it. He cancels his contract, goes to Vancouver, doesn't do great, and then goes to Washington, who moves. Like Carl. I don't know. It's just that's kind of crazy.
Why are people
There's
like?
still so much coming out, eh? Holy smokes.
I just don't understand why people don't like this. The team is better with Justin Faulk on it, and if they
He's
make
the
the
best
playoffs,
defender in terms of goal scoring already and points
like
on the team.
Are people not
How do you
happy with
like
this?
I've seen a couple not happy, like a couple tweets of not happy, like
Okay. New poll for the chatters. Chatters, what do you guys think?
I mean, here's a fun stat with Justin Faulk, right? He's got 11 goals. There have been 3 Red Wings defensemen since Nick Lidstrom retired that have scored double-digit goals in a season.
and people are pissed about it. Like
There are 3. Justin Faulk is now 4.
Heck
So
yeah.
the Wings don't get scoring from their back end, and you've just added a guy that has 11 goals. I mean, there are things not to like about his game. His 5-on-5 game isn't impressive. It's never been impressive. I watched a lot of him when he was here in Carolina. There are things that you won't love, but he can move the puck. He can score. He can jump into the play. He can kind of sustain cycle chances, and those are the things that you don't have in Detroit right now. They're one of the worst teams at generating 5-on-5 offense. He can quarterback a power play. So I think you're happy with it. At the end of the day, you haven't had blue line scoring in a while.
Lucas Reichel to Boston for a 6th-round pick. Pajot signs a deal 3 by $4.85 million.
Still a lot in the hopper here, gentlemen. I wonder if there's another.
Yeah, nobody said Detroit's done for the day.
Well, what do you
I
guys
haven't
think?
heard that yet.
Because I was thinking about what does the press conference look like for Steve Yzerman? Like, do you think he says, "Yeah, we tried to go after some big names and couldn't get them done"? Like, was it?
He never
like, how
really
close
says anything like that, though.
It's always,
asked,
it's
but
always
he-
How close is
It's-
Thomas? Like, how close was it?
I don't. He's not going to tell you. I don't think he's going to tell you.
Yeah,
he'll
a
give
bunch
the
of words.
classic. He's not our player. I can't comment on it.
And then he'll finish it
Oh.
with, "And I really don't care what you think." I mean, it's
Right.
I go, oh, whatever. Can't-
Rightfully
can't
so
judge
by
that.
him, though. He's allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Following the deals for Shannon Faulk, the Blues are done for the day. So Thomas is staying put. Could put that to bed. Haven't heard a message like that for Detroit just yet. So I'm
Well,
assuming
no,
they're
that's
done.
it. That's
I'm
probably
assuming
it.
they're done. But like Rasmussen on the top line, who would you rather have on the top line? Rasmussen, Casper, Finney, or an MBN call up?
We said MBN earlier.
Over those four, did you guys already oh, really? You guys talked
Yeah.
about those four
We
guys?
did it
Cool,
on
okay.
Puckpedia because we were maneuvering the roster saying who the extra would be. And we said at this point, it was before the soda deal. I think that happened, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And that we would make Rasmussen the extra forward.
And Kane is still the right winger.
Yeah,
top
Yeah, we
line?
put MBN on the top line.
So top line left, Larkin, and then Kane.
I think you should
Larkin,
see
Raymond, we put it.
Raymond, yeah, put Raymond
So
back up
Kane-
with Larkin and MBN.
Kane dropped. Got you.
Yeah, you couldn't do MBN, a rookie, and Kane who's slow, right? I think in my opinion, because then that puts Larkin into more of a defensive position, that he's gonna have to be defending those guys. Because I think MBN's gonna kind of run and gun, hit people, go and then get down deep. Kane's gonna be too slow to get back, and then Larkin then has to sit back further because he has to be the defensively responsible one. So I think that if you put Raymond back up there,
I don't think Kane on the top line has been the greatest move. He's been another one that's been a little difficult to watch,
Swallow.
especially on the top line. Like your matchup line, you got Kane on the matchup line. I'm like, what are we doing here?
I don't know how to say his last name, but Dom with the Athletic, he says rejoice the Red Wings acquired an actually decent defenseman. The guy cracks me up sometimes. That's funny. Let's see what else is going on out there.
MBN, Larkin, Raymond,
Yep, Scott
Cat
Lawton
Cop
to the
Kane.
Kings.
Finney,
That's
Casper.
confirmed.
Lars was saying in the chat, he said, have you guys seen Faulk's height to weight ratio? He's 6 foot and he's 216 pounds.
That boy thick.
That guy's
Yeah.
thick.
Big boy.
I'm curious to see what is. I don't know if anyone has looked into this yet. What his overall underlying stats are, not just points, but
I mean,
For
he's got a
Faulk?
half point per game player. I mean, I would not that I don't care, but I don't care. He's putting a point as a half point per game defenseman. I'm pretty geeked about that.
Well, I just want to know too, like how he was being deployed in St. Louis. I know it's going to differ here, obviously, a little bit, but I wanted to see what kind of conditions he was under over there, what his average ice time was. I haven't really looked into that yet, but I'd assume it's around the 20-minute mark. He's going to be,
I got it right here if you want.
PK, right? I'd assume, what pair PK are you going to put him on there? Yeah, that boy thick. He's like a bowl of oatmeal at that point. So I expect great things out of him, but I'm curious to deep dive into what those all look like.
Yeah, so-
18 minutes 5-on-5, 2 minutes on PP, and then 1.5 on PK. So, I mean,
Someone's
pretty well
popular over there with the Dan.
You can blame Max Boltman for blowing up my phone.
that's the Wing Wheel podcast chat right there.
No, that's Max. Spam texting.
Just
Hey,
Max.
Prashant, I need a quote from my article.
Scott Lawton to the Kings for a third rounder.
That's cheap.
I would have got in on
I would've
that,
done that.
action
Yeah.
myself. That's some sandpaper that Detroit could use, I think. But
Jay Fresh is a not Justin Faulk truther, I guess. He does not have a good scorecard on him.
Does Jay Fresh have a good scorecard on any Red Wing? I don't think he does.
So, I don't know if you guys follow Patrick Bacon online for hockeystats.com. He said by adding Falcon at second pair right D with Sherratt, playoff odds are down 7%.
What?
With adding Faulk? That's what it says, which is I think is kind of crazy. See, the model sees Faulk as an offensive drag who will harm Detroit's offensive play driving. I disagree.
as he has
you ain't
11
watched
goals.
the
I'm reading. Don't shoot the messenger, okay?
He's got 32 points in 61 games.
Yeah,
To be
I
fair,
don't
I
see it.
haven't watched, I don't think, a single St. Louis Blue game. And I'll be honest with you, if I'm watching St. Louis against Detroit, Justin Faulk wasn't my primary person to watch at that time. So I can't really speak on that. But that seems like that person has not watched a single game of Justin Faulk this season. Personally, to me.
I just added. I threw it in the chat if anyone wants to go look at it, but I disagree. I think Faulk's a great ad. I don't know what. I don't understand that.
So their playoff odds
down to-
dropped.
Yeah, I mean it's people that build these models that think they isolate for context, and it's just at this point we're not there yet. We don't have the ability to isolate for context the way people think, and it's the whole reason why Dom ended up updating his model to adjust for quality of competition was because of Mo Sider a couple years ago, where he was just facing ridiculous competition, and he got a little bit closer. But as of right now, everybody seems to think that these models perfectly isolate players in the setting of context, and they don't. And so moving Faulk to a completely different situation here in Detroit, you want to focus more on what his underlying skill set is and less so on what his measurables have been in a completely different situation. And so what Faulk brings to this team is a dimension that Detroit doesn't have. And so that's, to me, a net positive. You have to wait and see how it actually measures out, but it's a net positive on the front that you didn't have anybody else doing this besides Mo and Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and like I said, was Faulk playing on their? Well, he's playing 2 minutes a night on PP, right? So he's playing on the top power play unit. Put him on the second power play unit. That bolsters the second power play unit right there. I think that's a great point there. So I mean, you're right. Quality competition is going to go down for him, which means his, he's going to look even better. It's going to look different. So
yeah, it's going to be nice. This is going to be good.
Yeah, I think it's exciting.
They made the team better. That this helps the team. Even even if they miss the playoffs, right? Even if they miss the playoffs, I'm still fine with this because you're going to pick in the teens. Your odds of finding somebody that is in the teens that's going to help you now and in the next 3 to 4 years is lower than what Justin Faulk's going to give you next year on top of what's left for this year. And the way it's gone is you're going to probably find a forward in that area, and we don't have that next guy defensively. So you're adding for help now and into the future. That's how I look at it. Prashant, I'd love to know your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's spot on. I think also when you look at Detroit's, prospect pool, not a lot on the right side. You bring in a veteran guy like Faulk who can help with ASP's development, I think a little bit. I think you're hoping that ASP can pick up some of those, tips and tricks from Faulk, and particularly when you realize they're the same height. It's just kind of comes down to how they use their bodies in play, and I think ASP can really benefit from learning there. And I think having him for next year is going to be tremendous. I made the case today. I think right now, being a top 4 team in the East is wide open. After Tampa and Carolina,
Totally. Yes.
We need to see how Florida bounces back. Obviously, coming with Barkov coming back from his injury, and obviously they've been kind of worn down the last 3 years from their playoff runs. They're probably back in that third best team spot. But after that, you're competing with Buffalo, Montreal, Ottawa, the Islanders, to be that fourth best team, and you have to take incremental steps forward. Adding a guy like Faulk that gets you into the playoffs, potentially gets you into the first or second round. Maybe that makes you more attractive of a free agent destination. Maybe it makes you come off of no trade lists. Who knows? But I think just having incremental success year over year now is key if you're going to win with Dylan Larkin on your team. So I love the deal, being able to bring him in.
Yeah, good points for sure. So I do wonder how much, the defense part of the team plays a role with, like you mentioned, with players wanting to come to Detroit. That's a really good mention. I wonder if that changes things.
I'm curious how this ends up affecting next year too, because you lose Hamonic, you probably don't resign JBD, right? And so I'm curious on I don't know, would you guys keep JBD as an extra? Or do you guys try and find a bigger fish to hit?
I mean, the UFAs for defense is not the sexiest, but I'm sure there's something out there that can fill the void for your 6 D-man.
John Carlson.
So you have ARB rights for JBD, so
Yeah.
he probably is back next year.
Yeah, he's right. He's all right. Yeah.
And not expensive either.
Right. You know, he's making $875 this year. He's probably $1 million, a little over $1 million next year, 1.1. You'd probably take that as a 5-6D. So I think really you've kind of set yourself up to be solidified on defense next year. I wouldn't be shocked if they still try to add another veteran, but you know, you're going to have 6 guys under contract.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering, because I'm like, you know, Johansson has a year left. I mean, Evans is going to get his big contract and everything, and then you have ASP too. So, but are you, again, we've already talked about, are you going to do Johansson, ASP on the bottom pair? It's like, well, we don't feel great about this year. Do we feel better about it next year? You know, when Johansson's 25 now, does he, you know, how much more he's going to grow as a player? Hopefully he does, but there's no guarantee of that. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited, man. I'm excited because Coast is coming up next year. Like, I'm just like, it's going to be it's all very exciting. I'm a kid in a candy store right now.
Yeah. It's nice to be buyers, man. Like, that piece alone obviously is the exciting part. Now we get to really see if that's what it does to bring this team to the next level and get us into playoff hockey at Little Caesars Arena. Like, I'm stoked just at the thought of that, to make it out there. But
yeah, with this in mind too, going into next season, what is Steve Yzerman's play? Whether if that's at the draft or, I mean, we still don't even know which year's first round pick it is. Does that mean anything? If it's 2026, obviously, what do you go and do at the draft? Do you do anything at the draft? Try to add somewhere, sell somewhere, you know, free agency. What do you look to do in free agency? I'm assuming if we're saying now we still need a number 2 centerman, is that the primary target in free agency or at the draft?
I still wonder about Jason Robertson, man. I'm still wondering about him. I mean, it'd be silly for Dallas to move him right now, but if they can't sign him because he's an RFA, if they can't sign him because they can't afford to, and he walks, which I have a hard time even believing that's going to happen. Like, why would Dallas just let this guy go for free? So maybe it's a draft floor thing. I don't know.
Well, maybe
but
you can't let an RFA walk. Yeah, like they're going to tender him at minimum. Like,
right, but like if they can't make it work cap wise, how would that work for him?
Well, then they have to trade him. Like, he can't just leave.
So when would that be? Like, he can't just leave for sure, but when would he have to be traded? Up to the draft at that point, right?
I think the better question is here for Dallas. Is it better for them to let someone offer sheet him or for them to just straight up trade him themselves before it gets that far?
I don't know if it would be smart to offer sheet him because Dallas is in a really weird predicament right now, right? With their cap. I'm not sure. I honestly don't know how that piece works. How that's going to play out.
His qualifying offer is he has to make at least what they're going to qualify him for. He has to do at least 9.3 million. So he goes from 7.5 to 9.3 million minimum, right?
That's still so cheap Dallas. For him.
And that's I think for if you do a qualifying offer, I think you can do it for 1 or 2 years, I believe. And so if you're going to come in and try and offer sheets, I mean, at that rate, just at 9.3, I think it's I'll have to look it up, but I think it's like 2 first, a second, and a third. I'm pretty sure.
So, like, if he says no to that, then it goes to arbitration, and let's say he's awarded 11 million, and they have 14 million. So when he's awarded 11, let's just say hypotheticals, Jason Robertson's awarded X amount of dollars. Can Dallas not say no?
What do you mean? Like, if someone offer sheets him and he says $11 million, then they... No.
I'm talking about I'm just talking about like arbitration, like not even the offer sheet piece. Like if I'm trying to understand how that piece works in my mind. Jason Robertson gets offered a contract with Dallas. He says no because he wants to get more money. And then it goes to arbitration. Arbitration awards him X amount of dollars.
More than what they have in cap. I get what you're saying.
Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, who can say no, and then it's like, and then it triggers the trade. Like, I'm trying to understand how that.
We got an update.
Let's go.
Sorry to cut you off, Carlo.
Let's go.
So the trade graphic's been posted. We get Justin Faulk. St. Louis gets Justin Holt, Dmitry Buchnikov. I can't say his name. First round pick and third round pick.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Wow.
How do we feel now?
I like this less.
I do like it less.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't know why. So both picks are 2026.
Yep. It's San Jose's pick, so the pick we got for Soda.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I think this means?
He was never.
I don't think it
coming.
means that Booch didn't have intentions to come here, but I think that Steve Yzerman really, really thinks Carter Bear and Plant are going to supplement what we all thought that maybe Buchelnikov was going to. If they ever thought that far ahead. We all probably did, or at least I did. I thought Booch was going to be a pretty good player for Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was be good, but he's one of the small guys. I think that Yzerman doesn't care for the small players, right? Booch is isn't he 5'11"?
Yeah, but he's got huge
drafted
quads.
him.
Yeah, I mean, you drafted him, but you drafted him with he was projected to go the third.
Small
or fourth
player.
round.
Look at Alex DeBrincat. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, he's a proven commodity. He's a proven commodity. So, and he's 22 already. Yeah, he's 5'10", 170. Again, he's produced really well. I'm not.
Lars says Buchelnikov was overhyped.
Yeah, he only has 23 points in 38 games. He was injured this year. Last year,
we got
54
another
points,
update.
65. Another.
A roster move here. ASP and Dominic Shine were assigned to the Grand Rapids Griffins.
Wow.
I'm sure.
Not Kosa?
Kosa was already assigned yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Or the day before.
Yeah.
Sheesh, okay. Wow.
Somebody owes Prashant $20 on that one.
Nobody owes me anything. That one was just writing on the wall.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, once you said Prawn on the PP2, that just made a ton of sense. Like, if you're not gonna play him, you're gonna play him 10 minutes. Let him play 20, 18 to 20 down in Grand Rapids. So
They were both then recalled back to Detroit after the 3 p.m. deadline. So,
oh, were they?
Yeah, it's to make ASP eligible for the playoffs in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which
Dude,
is
that's gonna
smart.
be-
I think that's smart.
I'm so excited, dude. That's so cool. I think Grand Rapids is gonna be a monster, even more of a monster. You can throw ASP down there, dude. Because they could have sent Finney down as well, and I think Casper still. Imagine how crazy.
Well, I was going to
Locked
say,
in
that's
was.
pretty crazy that at the start of
I
the
don't know
season,
about
we started
Casper.
with 3 rookies that never played NHL games, and there's only one left, and it's Emmett Finney now.
Mhm.
The 7th rounder.
By the way, Carlo, Mark Casper can be sent down. He is
No, I'm sure he can be. I just don't know. Why would we do that? He leads the team in hits right now, right?
Because it's fun. Because imagine them
For
just throwing
GR.
yeah, just hey,
I'm being
sorry.
selfish because I want the Wings to the GR boys, but
No, I
I
know.
selfishly want Casper to stay a Red Wing.
I
for the
agree,
rest of
but
the season.
I agree. Say they go really far. You can imagine, by the way, oh yeah, we've got Casper. We're gonna throw him on the top line.
Oh, are you
center.
saying if the Wings don't go, if the Wings don't go,
Yeah,
go through?
or Griffins go so far. Imagine that. That's what I'm
Got you.
saying. It'd be
Oh
fun,
fuck, load them up. Yeah, absolutely load them up.
right? So
That's great news.
set a new precedent. Then everyone starts doing that.
Hey, this is the thing, though. This is the price to pay. You want to get better. You've seen some of the.
I agree.
You've seen some of the acquisition costs. You have the flexibility to overpay for somebody, and you needed a right shot defenseman horribly.
You know what? I do like it less, but I agree. I'm kind of okay with it. I'm looking at he's 22 years old. He's played well. Where does he fall in the lineup? I think Carlos I think a Carter Bear has a higher ceiling. And a better motor. MBN, same thing. And I think Buchelnikov is a great asset. And again, I think, and based on when he was projected to go, I think he was 3rd or 4th round. He was projected to go. They wanted bad enough. They got him the 2nd. So I'm okay with this. Again, it's just one of those, he was really hyped up. He looked really great. Down year, so maybe you got more value than you thought you were going to for him. So basically, you got Faulk for a first round pick, a 2nd round pick equivalent in the prospect, and a 3rd round pick, plus an AHL guy.
I wonder if that 3rd round pick was so they would take Justin Hall.
Or maybe Buchelnikov was the reason they would take Hall.
Maybe.
I mean, I think that the Thunderbirds probably could use him. Hall. That's
They
their
probably
AHL
could.
affiliate. So Did you say
Prashant,
that?
how do you feel about Buchelnikov going in the deal?
I think it's completely fine. I mean, he's a good player, 22, right shot winger, obviously can score, has demonstrated that in the KHL. But if you're Detroit, you're dealing from a position of strength. I mean, you have so many wingers that are available, in this pool. I mean, you guys mentioned Carter Bear already. I mean, MBN is obviously there. I mean, Eddie Genborg has come on really well this year.
Eddie,
there's a lot of guys in the system. Not all of them are going to make it to the league, and for the ones that do, you're going to have competition. This is where you use it. Like the win now phase has entered for Detroit. You're looking for a team that's going to compete over the next 4 years while you have Larkin between the age of 30 and 34. I mean, remember, Dylan Larkin turns 30 in July this year. So your clock is starting to compete with him, on the remainder of his contract. And if you're trying to do this while you've got Mo, through his age 27, Raymond through his age 27, you got to start dealing players that are unlikely to be NHL contributors at this point in time. And so winger depth was really the spot Detroit had where they could do this. And so, I mean, I'm not shocked that they moved one of them. I didn't know if it would be Booch or if it'd be somebody else, but yeah, I mean, sad to see him go. He was a talented player, but you need to win right now, and he's not helping you do that right now.
And that's the cost of a right shot defenseman. Like that, it's always been this way. This is what you pay. Like, do you want that premium? What are the two things that NHL teams are always looking for? A right shot center and a right shot defenseman. Those are two things that they don't grow on trees. So when you have the ability to get them, and you have as deep a prospect pool as Detroit has, this is part of getting better. You have to give up something.
Yeah, I mean, and points aren't everything, but Justin Faulk has one fewer point than Patrick Kane this year. Like, it's, he's already the like I mentioned earlier, the highest scoring defenseman the Wings have had, in quite some time. So it's a deal you had to make. So
that's that.
Yeah. I still think it's a good trade myself.
Yeah, I still like it. I mean, we still have a cupboard full of studs.
Yeah, you still have Bear, you still have MBN, you still have Finney, you still have Casper, you still have Danielson. Like,
you've kept all of your first round picks that you have drafted in your tenure to this date, and you were able to get better at this trade deadline. There's probably a couple naysayers out there that are going to be targeting Yzerman. There's just people out there that do that for whatever reason. There always is. Yes, but it is impossible for anyone to actually sit there and say this team didn't get better. They absolutely did.
I think it's impossible to say that.
Are they a Stanley Cup contender?
No.
Sorry, playoff contender. Sorry, playoff contender.
Yeah, they should. This move helps them to get to the playoffs as well as for next year. If you make the playoffs, get off to a good start next year with the influx of some youth, now you can spend futures again at the next deadline to add more. Like, this is part of getting better. Like, so compare all the teams around them: Montreal, Buffalo, like Columbus added. Like, I would say Detroit made something that it helps them now that, like, Buffalo could have had Parenko. Like, that makes them infinitely better, I think, myself.
What a dodge bullet there, right?
Like, to me, Detroit did well. They are bettering their roster, and they didn't let the other teams around them do way more than what we did. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, Trav. Honestly,
like,
I think they kept a good enough pulse on the teams that are right above them and right below them to kind of understand what they were doing in the market, and they felt the need to obviously go and get a guy like Justin. I think we've always needed a guy like Justin Hall for the past couple of years, but now more than ever because the team showed Stevie Y that they deserve it. You know what I mean? Like, they've done well to up until this point, and now let's keep on going. But to what you said, Trey, I think you nailed that, dude. I think they definitely played to the market well and to the division well, and I think it's going to be it'll be a good race. It'll be a really good race next 20 games or so.
Let me ask you a question.
Fire away.
Kiskinen versus Buchelnikov.
Oh, Buchelnikov.
Ooh.
Like, I know that Buchelnikov's better, but, like, is Kiskinen that much worse overall?
Yeah, I don't know that Kiskinen ever plays a game for Detroit. I think
that
he was
may be
very
the case,
intriguing last year. I think one of the things you have to be careful with is Liga, where Kiskinen is. I think there's been a lot of guys that have looked pretty good in Finland and then struggled to come over, at least recently, in the top league. I mean, you see all of these guys that we've talked about recently, particularly guys like Capocacco and whatnot that have come on over. Guys that dominate there don't seem to translate as well recently. So I know he's got the numbers that look pretty good. I am less bullish on him. I think he's not anywhere near kind of as well rounded a player as Buchelnikov was. That being said, Buchelnikov also had a lot of deficiencies to his defensive game, but I don't think Kiskinen's a guy that you're going to factor in. I think he's probably your 6th or 7th best winger prospect in Detroit. But he had a fun season last year.
Let me ask you another question now. If he can stay healthy and stays with the organization, Carter Mazur, Dmitry Buchelnikov.
Yeah, I mean, Mazur gives you a different element than Buchelnikov. Buchelnikov's a sniper, and I mean, he's got a phenomenal shot. Seems to do a pretty decent job of finding open space, soft space. Mazur plays a very different game, and I think Mazur's the type of player that Detroit really needs. In terms of being able to provide some scoring depth and jam to that middle six. I think Mazur's development is a little further along, and you have a little bit more, I guess, certainty in what Mazur is, having seen him in North America and having seen him, play well for Grand Rapids. Now, the injury scares are there. He hasn't been able to stay healthy. And you have to wonder if that's just a freak accident. I mean, seriously, fracturing your elbow on your first shift in an NHL game has got to be a freak accident. That's not an injury.
Yeah.
What the heck? I don't know how you hit the boards to do that. But, if he can stay healthy now that he's back from this most recent injury, I really like his game. And I think he fits more of the win now timeline, being that cheap bottom six depth that can maybe chip in 10 or 12 goals, but also give you some physical edge and the kind of game that you're looking for in the playoffs. So yeah, I mean, I like keeping him over Booch here.
Well, and like you were saying, like, I think when you look at the wingers and who Yzerman likes to go with, you're going to go with a playoff team. Carter Bear is tough. He's going to grind. MBN's going to grind and be tough. Does Buchelnikov then sit at a third line, is he a third line winger? It's like, well, that's not a great spot for him to be at, right? Like, he's not going to take Raymond.
You can win with guys like that. I mean, granted, we're not talking about a team anywhere near as talented, but you go back to the Wings 08 Cup team, right? And Yuri Hudler is sitting there. Like it's that kind of player, I think, that you could have had there, and that's the kind of player that can be successful in that type of line. But I think in today's game, you're looking a little bit more at a Carter Bear, Carter Mazur, MBN type player, giving you maybe a higher probability of success, if you will.
Yeah.
Prashant, what is your take on some of we started calling them the older prospects that are with the Grand Rapids Griffins, the likelihood of them getting more? I mean, speaking on Carter Mazur as well, but even Amadeus Lombardi, Shai Buium, William Wallander, what are really the odds and chances for them now at this point in time at their stages?
Yeah, I'll start with Lombardi. As exciting of a player as he is a very one-dimensional player. And I don't think he has the size to stick at center. And so now you're talking about potentially an undersized winger, 5'11", 180 pounds. That's purely kind of an offensive guy. I think he's sort of a tweener player between the AHL and NHL. Like, I wouldn't be shocked to see him get some games, but I don't think he's a guy that sticks in the NHL. Yeah, he's got speed. Yeah, he's got skill, but I don't really see the total package for him to stick in the NHL. Wallander is probably the guy that has the best chance of sticking, in my opinion. But he hasn't really put it all together to force the Wings front office hands yet. And now I think it becomes a little more complicated. He is on the left side, so that does help in terms of his likelihood of being able to come up a little bit sooner. He's not blocked by ASP. He's not blocked by, Seider and Faulk for next year at least. He'll have an opportunity to contend, but he got leapfrogged by Albert Johansson.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be a challenge for him. And then I think in terms of Bouillon, I don't see him making or cracking the Wings roster. I think he's a guy where you're probably looking to ship out, or if he's going to be an AHL lifer, you've obviously got him in Grand Rapids, but I think he's a guy you look to ship out if there's an opportunity.
Well, so the guys who need new contracts next year are on the defense are Tuomisto, Wollander. So those are the guys who need new contracts. So again, maybe Wollander's your 7th defenseman, right? Because you lose Hamonic. Maybe you re-sign JBD, maybe you don't. Maybe you run 8 defensemen. I don't know, but I think Toomey still walks.
That's a great question too, because with ASP going down, and then you have JBD as RFA, the defense. What does the tape look like?
Kadri back to Colorado.
Wow, nice. Really?
Wow.
Yep.
And Yzerman presser at 4:30.
At 4:30. Okay, sweet.
So the Wings are probably done, I would imagine.
That's crazy. The Avs, I'm calling it now. They're the favorite, and I'm going to go play some money on them after this.
They were a favorite before this. So
I know that, but that solidifies it a little bit more, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it was honestly the Nick Blankenberg. That was the big one that I think really solidified it, No?
Guys, real quick, I got to actually hop off shortly, but I wanted to ask this question regarding ASP. So he gets sent down, and I know that's probably, let's call the spade a spade. It's to make him eligible for the GR playoff run.
Yes.
So he's sent down. He can be called back up to Detroit, right?
He's already been called back up.
Oh, he's already up. Okay, gotcha.
Today was paper move. Yep.
Got it.
He didn't go anywhere.
But I guess back to the original question too. What does that look like for the defense next year? You got JBD RFA, you got to sign ASP. You'll have Justin Faulk. You have Sherratt extended, Aljo as well. Do you run back the defense again that you have?
You have to trade Johansson or let JBD walk if you're going to bring Wollander up, because you're probably going to try and find and solidify that left side even more. Because if you had a Sherratt, Edvinsson, you probably want, again, like I said, a veteran defenseman there. So then that pushes JBD down or Johansson or Wollander. So you either let Wollander walk, you trade Johansson, which, I mean, on a Stanley Cup contender, is Johansson on the team? Probably not. He's playing third pair on a potential playoff team. So he may be like a Soderblom who you move off. He may be your 7th, 8th defenseman. So, and same with JBD though too, right? But he's right-handed, so you might want to keep him. So,
anyone else?
What would you do, Zach?
I don't know. It's why I'm just the question master over here. I'm trying to see what everyone else thinks. Honestly, it's interesting.
Well, and maybe there isn't anyone available on free agency. I mean, that's the reality, is that prices are crazy. How are you going to find someone that you can really solidify on the left side that you really like, that you're willing to commit term? Because mind you, my thought about with free agency is you always pay 1 year longer than you want, and you pay $1 million per year more than you want.
Well, I guess then here's a follow-up question. Then, does Steve Yzerman think Albert Johansson can be a top 4 left-handed defenseman?
No.
Prashant, what do you think?
It's hard to say. I mean, at his age, we know defensemen take a little bit longer to develop. I think he's made big strides this last 20 games or so, going back to Christmas. I think the way he's playing right now is at the level of a top 4 defenseman. And it's clear that his minutes have gone up. Whether he can consistently deliver that, I think will be key. One of the things that works against him is he doesn't have a big frame. He's 6 foot, 190 pounds. He doesn't have the frame that even a guy like JBD has a bigger frame than him. So it'll be interesting to see if he can be that puck mover that can still handle some of the physicality of the playoffs and of these more heavy forechecking teams. I think he's a guy that struggles a lot against a team like Carolina and Florida, where they're really in on you. They're really laying the body on the forecheck, really pressing. That's what I want to see improve for me to call him a regular contributor. I think he's a guy, though, that can handle those minutes, at least in stints for now, but maybe is best suited as a solid puck mover on your third pair.
One final piece, I guess, question. Just say the team. Then we can wrap it up here because the presser's at 4:30. I want to watch that myself. I got my dogs. I've been doing this all day long. I appreciate all of you guys stopping by. Thank you so much. And everyone who has been on, thank you so much for stopping by. And everyone who's watching and listening, thank you so much. Truly do appreciate it. We're gonna make this an event every single year. I think this was a lot of fun. I think I'm gonna do this every single trade deadline year. So if you guys want to do this again with me next year, go ahead, do it. I'll send you guys the link as always. But final piece, and then we'll wrap it up. Who is the team that we do not want to play against the most in the first round of the playoffs? Just say the team name.
What's that? I'm sorry.
The team you do not want to play against in the first round of the playoffs. The most.
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
You don't want to play Carolina. You don't want to drop into that wild card spot.
I don't want to play the Senators. I'm okay losing to Buffalo. I don't want to play the Senators because if we lose to them, I'll be pissed. Like, I think we're better than them. That's why.
Carolina, that's a good call on Carolina, dude.
Yeah, I would
Carolina
probably
for
say
sure.
Carolina. I think it would probably be a very boring matchup to say the least, as well. And we would get hemmed in.
They don't care.
Yeah,
Carolina doesn't care. Brindamore does not care about your entertainment purposes, brother.
It's just they're a terrible matchup for Detroit. Detroit plays Tampa better than they play Carolina.
Totally.
It's not a matchup that works for them.
Which is
It
crazy.
really isn't. That's a great call, and I'm with you.
Okay, maybe one final piece. Expectations for Detroit up against Florida Panthers tonight.
I think
Win, obviously. Got win. Justin Faulk ain't in tonight.
We've seen what this team did with a new coach bump. Now let's see what they can do with the trade deadline buyer bump. I think it's going to be a great game tonight.
Well, Florida lost, traded out Jeff Petrie, so that's an absolute decimation to their roster. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys know. Do you guys know that's the son of Dan Petrie, pitcher for the World Series?
Oh, sorry, Brad. We're going to wrap it up here. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by. We truly do appreciate it. We got a presser to go catch. Prashant, Carlo, Brad, Brandon, Travis, Jake, Justin.
Like and
I'm probably
subscribe.
missing everyone. I'm probably missing someone else. All right, everyone. Thank you. Goodbye. We'll see y'all on the next one.